Always. All right, house number three. We are live. What's
Yes, we
going on?
are.
What's up,
How's
everybody?
everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
I'm great. How are
So we
y'all?
finished. We finished the Black Mirror season,
Yes, we did.
and everybody said yay on. Not nay. They said yay to the
Of
100. Has
course, it was
anybody
me.
seen any episodes?
I'm up to middle of episode 6.
What?
The
I'm on
middle of episode
episode
six.
two
Yeah.
in the middle of two.
Well, the
What? The
first
And
one was
100?
crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, first
We
one was
talking about
crazy.
the 100?
Mm-hmm.
we're
Yeah,
talking about 100.
I can't get into her, y'all.
Why?
What the
I
100?
couldn't make it past the pilot. Like, it's not
What?
entertaining to me. Like, I could not get into
Cause
her. Like, I just
um,
could not.
you could see the
She don't
thing
like the
about it with the
sci-fi
And
100.
stuff.
the reason why is because it's not as realistic as I want it to be. Like, okay, y'all, like these, for one, it starts off with these juvenile delinquents being like escaping jail or some shit, or something happened.
They didn't escape jail.
These kids did not look nothing like juveniles to me. Like they
But
like
that was the thing.
the
They weren't
acting, like
juveniles.
They
they
weren't.
didn't.
If if you listen to
Wait,
what
what
it
you
said,
mean?
Christina, they weren't juveniles. What they said was if you committed any crime on that
That's what
shit,
I'm talking
it didn't
about.
matter, but it didn't matter what the crime. So they weren't criminals. They were just kids who couldn't afford to maybe eat and maybe stole something, or like the girl who was
And
in
they
jail
got
because,
locked up, didn't they? They got locked up, didn't they?
but they weren't really like
Okay,
hardcore
so they were
criminals,
juveniles.
except
So
for the
these
brother.
juveniles,
Yeah, but they
it
weren't
just
criminals.
didn't seem realistic to me. And then, you know, these kids never went on Earth. You know, they come down to Earth for the first time, and it's not, it's not a moment where they're like, oh shit, this is Earth. It's just like, oh my God, this is Earth, and they just get out and they're having fun, and sis jumped in the water, and they
No, no,
it's
and I
raining
get
for the first time. I don't know. For me, it just wasn't as realistic as I wanted it to be.
you didn't
Like,
you
I don't think that's
you
something
didn't get
that
past
if
the
you've
pilot,
never been to Earth, like you don't
but
just
you didn't get
jump
past the
in.
pilot. Yeah, but you didn't
You
get
don't
past the
just
pilot.
jump in and like you're
You didn't
Hell
just
get past
yeah.
the.
You
I
If
don't
gotta
you would have
think
know.
got
about
past the
it.
pilot, but if you would have got past the pilot, you would have seen the episodes get better. When I first saw the first episode, I was like, oh my god. But then I saw the second one. Then I saw the third one. I'm like, it gets better after that.
Yeah,
It
I
gets a
will
lot
say
better.
though, what intrigued me or what really got me watching it for real, is when the deer was eating. They saw the deer for the first time and they looked up and it had like two faces. I'm like, oh shit, what happened? I'm like,
See, you
what
you haven't
happened?
got to
Where
the
it came
grounders
from?
yet. You haven't.
Nope.
I don't know. It just wasn't as realistic
I
as I
was
wanted
I
it to
was the
be.
same I was the same I was kind of the same way when I first watched it. When I first saw it, I was like, it's tacky. Like, it's tacky. It's tacky.
Yeah, it's
What
low
caught my
budget in a
attention
way.
what caught my attention, kinda, but I was still like, it's kinda tacky, was when homie got hit with the spear. Bow.
Mm.
Right in
Oh
his
yes.
chest. That
I
shit, I
was
was
That
like,
shit
like,
was
hold on,
fire.
damn.
what? And then I watched it. I kept on watching. I kept on telling myself, I'm just watching it just to see if he's gonna live or not. That's all I'm watching it for. But I was bullshitting because by the second,
I
third
got into
episode,
it.
I was in it. I was in
Yo,
it.
by
Wait,
the fourth
but
That
episode, I
he
was in it.
died, didn't he? Like, ain't no coming
No,
back
that's the
from that.
thing. No,
you gotta watch. You gotta
you gotta
watch.
watch this.
You
Yes,
gotta
it
watch
gets
it.
better
I'll tell
and
you right
better.
now.
But me knowing he's gonna come back isn't something that I'm just
Yeah,
like,
but
I
that's the thing.
no, no.
watch
I'll tell
it
you right now.
because
He
he's
won't. He
gonna
won't.
come
He's
back.
not gonna die. He don't die. He not now. It's too early for him
How
to
the
die.
fuck he
Yeah,
ain't died?
but
Like, y'all
people,
This
started
but
because they
seeing.
do it.
yeah, but
They do
I
it.
people
don't know.
started
They
See,
do
for
it.
dying.
me, it's not realistic. You know,
It
like
is realistic.
me
It is
watching
really.
that or seeing that for the first time. Buddy died. Buddy died. There is
But
no coming back from that. Like
listen,
on some
Nah, that
real
nigga.
shit.
Yeah,
There
but see,
is
the
no
thing about
coming
it
back
is,
from that.
there's
they
people on Earth already.
I
There's an
know.
That's
explanation
I
for why
know
he
it's
don't
people
die.
on Earth
yeah,
already.
yeah,
But
but you
because
have to
when
look.
my thing is still
The people
he
on
should
Earth,
not have came back from that.
but the people saved him. The people on Earth, not
There's
the.
no coming back from that, Joey. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
there
saying.
is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
You
Yeah,
done got
there is.
Listen,
somebody threw a damn spit as big as I don't know what. Your ass
you
fly
got it.
back and get stuck in the tree. Man, you not coming back from that shit.
That nigga survived that. He survived that because
It's not realistic. It's
it
not
didn't go all the it
It
didn't go
is.
all the way
It's
through.
more realistic than you
like I
think.
know it's a show, and I know
No,
you supposed it's supposed to be like
it's more realistic than you
fantasy and
think.
stuff, but that was a stretch.
It's
To
more
know
realistic
that
than you
Buddy is
think.
gonna come back and he died like that, nah, that shit.
But he didn't die. Nobody ever
He
said
never
he died.
died.
He never
He never
died.
died. They just thought he died.
They led me to believe that he died. Cause now I gotta watch
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
episode 2 to
that's
find
what you're
out
supposed
that
to think.
he didn't.
You're
They
supposed
didn't in that
you're
first
supposed to believe that he died.
episode. You seen him.
Right, and that's my thing. Like, if I'm supposed
Listen,
to
but I'm
believe
saying
that,
the
then my
first
guy
episode,
died.
Christina, in the
What
first
happened?
episode, they dragged him off. You seen them dragging him, and his eyes was open. He was mumbling through his mouth. They were
Oh, I didn't see
dragging
them
him.
dragging him.
Uh-huh.
That's why I said you have to watch that first episode because that's why I was like, oh, and I don't know if you've seen, but then at the end of the first episode, the girl, she's like, because they done gone crazy or whatever, the juveniles as he calls them, and the girl is like, we gotta go find such and such, whatever his name was, we gotta go find him. And that's when they walked off. So I know she kind of was like, damn, they took him too, because they did take him. So
I didn't see the part where he was taken. My whole thing is, if Buddy got stabbed up like that, he was supposed to die. It's not realistic for me. It's the unrealistism for me. I don't even know if that's the word, but
You ain't watching with an open mind. You sat there and said, "Nah,
I
this is
really
my
didn't.
space. It's
I'm
fake."
not even gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, I know.
really did
You said,
not.
"Nah." You said, "Nah,
I
this is
went
my
in
space. It's
not liking
fake."
the show. I
Nah,
went
it's
in not liking the show. I ain't gonna lie.
it's a sci-fi movie, but it's not like most sci-fi shows, like because it is kind of realistic. Like if you think about it, they have like look at it now. They Trump and them talking about a space force. They sitting there and they said
Wait, what
there was
you
a
mean
nuclear
Trump
war.
talk about a space force? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you ain't know.
I heard that.
United States is gonna have a space force come 2028.
mm-hmm.
2028,
I
we're
mean,
gonna have a space force.
I don't know.
But what happens is that world end up having a nuclear war, and the spaceship that whatever people survived on and everything like that, can
And
only
that's what
hold a
I'm
certain
saying.
amount
They
of
didn't
people and
even
shit
say
like that.
nuclear war. They said some kind of nuclear
A nuke.
apocalypse. I'm like a nuclear
Yeah,
No,
but
a
they
nuke went off.
but they explain all that throughout the series.
The
Like at
show.
first is this the first couple of episodes is just introductions on who's who, what's what, and all that. But what happened is because I finished the whole series. What happens is that there was a nuclear
Hold on. You can't be
war.
explaining the whole thing.
No.
Because we watched
I'm explaining the plot of it. What happened? I'm not explaining the whole thing. I'm explaining the plot of it. There was a nuclear war, and the people people went out to space. They had the spaceships to do it in space, whatever. They could survive a certain amount of years, but the years that they had to
100, right?
survive, yeah, they were supposed to survive 100 years, but the air
people kept
something
making
was
babies.
wrong. Yeah, it wouldn't last. It shorted out the years by like 20 years. So they took a chance. They said because up there they were real strict. Any crimes, we throw you in space. You get floated.
Unless you
So
want
their
to be
thing was, if you do a crime as a kid, you wait until you 18 and then you get floated. Type shit. But so what they did was say instead of us killing these kids, let's send them down to Earth, see if Earth is habitable, and if it is, we'll pardon them for their crimes, and we'll go down to Earth and we'll save everybody that we can. So that's what they did. They sent all the kids down. You're gonna die anyways, so I'd as well take a chance on going on Earth. Nuclear waste and all that. So that's what they did. They would send the kids down, and then shit starts happening. Then
Yeah.
after homie get hit with the spear, shit start happening. And it gets real. It gets real in there. Like it gets real
I'll give
amongst
episode
themselves
2.
and against other people.
I'll give episode 2 a try. I will, but so far, y'all, I am not feeling her. She is not it for me.
Who Clark? The blonde headed chick?
Yeah, I'm not digging
Yeah.
her character either.
You
Nor
know
am
what I'm
I
gonna do?
digging. Why the black man got to be the enemy on first ground? It's
Because
just
his father's the reason why they all there.
come on.
Oh, Wells is
Like
gone.
I'm not feeling
Wells
her.
is gone. Wells is
Yeah,
gone.
Like I'm really
no,
not
no, don't
feeling
talk
her.
too much. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send you a clip, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna find a clip of Shorty Octavia. You see the way she is now. You gotta wait, see how she is by the second and third season.
I
That
mean,
is,
I can
yo,
tell she's
that is my
probably gonna be
favorite
like
character.
somebody who,
Who's
yeah,
Octavia? That's
she's
the
probably
girl.
gonna be somebody who has
That's
Octavia's his
what you
something
sister.
call.
going right.
That's what you
Because
call.
Oh,
Sit
that's
down.
the one that her mother, because they said her mother had one too many children, and that's why they
Yeah.
put her
Yeah.
in up,
Let me tell you
and they
something.
split together.
Right now, she's pretty. Right now, she's pretty. She's a princess. She's a dull head and all that. Let me tell you
Who?
something.
No, Octavia is. You said that's the one his sister. No, she's not.
Yeah.
She's not.
Right now
She
in
thinks
the
she's trying to
beginning,
be free.
she's yes, that's what she is. Let me tell you something.
I see
She
why you
meet
say that. In the beginning, she's kind of like that,
yeah.
and like the guy told
Compared
her,
to the
leave her
Octavia that I
alone.
know, compared to the Octavia I know, she's pretty. She's duddy. She's out there. She's all about
You could
freedom
tell
and
she's
hugging
gonna change.
trees.
You
Let
could
me
tell
tell you
she's gonna
something.
change.
She meets somebody and she becomes a beast. Let me tell you Shorty's gangster. That's my favorite
Yeah,
character.
but hold on, but she's but Laura didn't see that part. Oh man, I
Yo,
can't talk
yeah, we
much
said
love.
episode 1. All we was watching was episode 1.
But
Now if
that's
we
the
gonna
thing.
finish
Once
up
you,
the
I was just
season,
watching a pilot. Hell,
y'all all in. I'm in 1.5 only because
All right,
I'm
Joey can't watch no more. Everybody watch up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna watch up to episode 6. We can talk about that for next week. Joey can't watch no more. That's it.
yo, you baited me for watching it now. Oh, come
Yes, you
on.
can't watch it no more. But
Ah,
yeah, the show, like I said, the show starts off slow, man, but it
it
gets
picks
I
up.
didn't
good.
find it to
I
start
do.
off slow.
It's good.
I do
I
that. It
kind
It
of
picks
gets
liked
up.
it.
good.
I didn't find it to start off slow. Like I liked
It
it.
picks
I
up.
for the
Like I
it
first
said,
wasn't
episode.
I
realistic.
got the inside
It
scoop
wasn't
on it. I got
realistic
the
to
inside
me.
scoop on it. So this right here is slow until shit start really hitting the fan, and then
But you could tell
then you're
it's
gonna be like,
starting to
God
do it
damn.
certain ones
But you
for
know what?
certain
I'm
Hmm.
the
people.
type of person who I'm into. I believe in that kind of stuff. Like I can see what they like when I'm watching it because I pay attention to everything. So like I didn't watch past the 1.5 because I'm at the half of the second one. But when I'm looking at the plot, like I'm looking at it and I'm saying I can see that because if a nuclear war happens and at that time, because that's what they said, they were like, oh, a nuclear war happened, which means basically we put our nuke, somebody else put their nuke, they was just nuking the shit up.
It wasn't a war. It
That's
was an apocalypse. I think it just happened, right?
well, whatever happened,
I
however it
don't think it
happened, but
was
I
a
could see that
war.
they and the thing is that this is why I said it was a war, and that's why probably I think it's a war. I don't know if it's a war, maybe I'm wrong, but I'll find out as I work further. Um, the reason I said it was a war because they started building things to go into space. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Realistically, you would only do that if you felt like Earth was about to end anyway. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So they started building things to go into space. Now, when I was listening, they were like, "Oh, they had this," and then they have chancellors that are in control of the communities, and like the chancellor in control of the ships. And when they were saying certain things, they built these ships to last, with the understanding that it wouldn't be so many people. So there was only a couple of communities, a couple of countries or states or whatever it was that had enough that had built it. So to me, I think the people on ground are the ones that basically just like the COVID, those who have the COVID and are asymptomatic, I think they the people that survived the nuke because they say we can't survive them. So they the people that are built to survive them. They something inside them survive. That's why they the way they are and they survive it. But they also where they sent them was built with that the army base or wherever they had to go, that
Mountain.
mountain. Yeah, that mountain.
Hmm.
It's a military base where they had to go. So that mountain was stacked with enough food and stuff to last. So I feel
Hmm.
like, yeah, maybe
Yeah, but
They were in
also
there.
when
Maybe they
you
were military. Maybe they were family, people that ran there. Whatever it was, but those that survived. So now it's like two things, and then you see how they affected the animals. Like
when
you
you
see
go
the
further
two-faced animal. So I feel
when
like
you go
I can
further
see
down in the
something like that
episodes,
Yeah,
happening.
from the radiation. Now that is something I'm like, okay. It got me off because, like I said, when I saw that deer with the two faces, I'm like, wait a minute, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is
And
that?
let me tell you something. All questions that you have now, it all gets resolved the last season. Like by the end of the season, when you watch the last episode, whatever questions you have now gets answered.
of
Because
season one.
I was the same. Yeah, whatever questions you have throughout the show. Like my one
Well,
question was, how the hell did any of these people survive? That was my question. I
Mhm.
yeah,
always
but
and I
they gave
stuck
you
with
the
that, and to the end, and all the
they
way to
gave you
the
the
end, it
but
explains
boo,
everything.
as I was watching it, they give you little clues on how some of these people survive.
Yeah, they throw in little things here and there, but my
Like
thing was
I'm
because
sorry to
there's
spoil it for Laura, but
uh,
they have underground things where when if the nuclear war hits, underground places to live where you can survive.
oh yeah,
Like
they got
bunk
bunkers,
masses.
but there's a thing about that. You got to watch it because
Yeah,
not all them bunkers was right.
I can believe that.
They, not all them
yeah.
bunkers is right. There's one bunker where they run into a bunker with, and they like, and there's everybody in the bunker. There's like thousands of people in that bunker dead. That's why like it is realistic, is as realistic as it could be. But my question was always, because the amount of people that there is that survive, I'm like, damn, how did all these fucking people survive? Like, that's a lot of fucking people, you
Yeah, a
know?
lot of people starting
And
to pop
then
up.
yeah, and then it all resolves itself at the end. The show's
See,
good though. I like the
see,
show.
But
I
I'm
like I
not
love the
allowed
said,
to
show.
watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch
I'm not allowed to
episode
watch it,
two.
but I'm going to continue to watch it, you know, because it's a good show.
Hmm.
It didn't. It didn't catch my attention to the second, middle of the third episode when I started to
Yeah,
see like when I found out why Wells didn't want to tell Clark why her father, who told her father.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that shit
I
was
just want to
crazy.
know
Because
why the black man had to be the enemy the first moment they stepped foot on that damn ground.
because it
His
was his
father was
father.
a
His
chancellor.
Jaha's the reason
And
why
then
they
and
there.
then the juveniles, like these people look like they don't come off. Their acting doesn't come off as we were juveniles. You know what I mean? Like
Because
They're
they
Yeah.
got,
it's
17, 18.
corny, it's tasteless, it's
but their
you
petty, their
know.
crimes was petty. Like they stole something or they ate too
I
much
mean, but they
food.
acting like they acting like they about this life. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
happy to
No, a
be
couple of
free.
listen, a couple of them
it's not.
listen, a couple of them niggas is.
It's not
There's a
giving that.
couple of people there that it all they there's a character development with all of them. You got to remember, all of them, they all lived on a spaceship, and like like they all lived in a spaceship. They all was safe. Their biggest danger was themselves and all that. You
The
understand? Oh,
community.
look at this. Marcus just joined. So
Blue
they all lived in a
haze.
spaceship. Marcus.
My favorite guy. You see her?
Marcus, what's up?
So they all lived in a spaceship. They were all safe. Their biggest danger was themselves and all that. When they hit Earth, when they hit Earth, they didn't expect there to be no people there.
Yeah, because they
Now I
thought
find out that the
everybody.
people was
Yeah.
there, and obviously after a spear to the chest, you see these people was hostile. There's a big character development with all of them. All of them. Like
Like
they all
Bellamy went
like the
crazy.
people. Yeah, whoever you think right now is nice isn't. Whoever you think right now is gangster isn't. Like you gotta like is it switches everything. Like the whole show
You know who fucked
itself.
me up? I'm not gonna lie. What was the chancellor's son's? What was his name?
Damn, I
Wells.
gotta come back.
Wells.
Wells. Wells fucked me up because they sent him to fuck him. Or they
The
sent
ten
these guys
percent.
to cut this shit off of him, and then he landed up burying him.
Mm-hmm.
That fucked me up because I was like, yo, he hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he learned to fight because he was part. His father was part of the council.
He had no
Father's the head of
choice.
it. Mhm. But he wasn't supposed to be one of the ones that was supposed to be set down.
No, but he committed because he felt bad for what he did to that girl. He felt bad.
Oh, but Laura, you haven't seen it. Wait till you see what really happened with
I'm
Clark.
checking right now.
No, I'm not saying I know, but I didn't get there.
Oh no,
You rushing me.
whatever you thought was Wells is not was true.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. I thought, yo, this nigga, that's her best friend. How the hell this dude going to tell her that his father get him floated and all this stuff?
Mm-hmm. Nah, all that shit
That shit shocked the hell out of me.
That shit all gets resolved.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could believe that. Like I said, it was a lot of stuff that had me like, this don't make no sense. This don't make no sense. But like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I kind of like the way it started. I was okay with everything. And I'm just doing something on my phone. That's why y'all can't see me. But I was okay with everything, you know?
I'm okay with it.
I like it. I really like the first episode, so I'm hoping that
it keeps on. Oh yeah, it's gonna get better. Listen, these niggas go through war. Like they have to fight for their lives.
Oh,
like
did you hear what people said? Trump getting ready.
My bad, y'all. I had
getting us into a war.
I hate when that shit happens.
Trump is trying to get us into a war.
But yeah, that pilot episode did not sell at all.
You gotta learn. The pilot episodes is never the best episodes.
No, that's not true because it caught me.
No, that's not true. The pilot
that caught me. That pilot
episodes that when you in.
No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I seen mad shows that when I watched the first episode, I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
That's why
this ain't it.
Nah. I don't know. I guess because I'm a book, I read a lot of books. And I've learned by reading books that if you read a book and it don't catch you in the first couple of pages, I just keep watching. Like I give it at least 5 to 10 before I say, that's a dub.
And that's the same thing with me when it comes to shows and movies. I sit there the first episode. There's been a lot of episodes where I sat there. The first episode didn't do it for me. I'm like, nah, this ain't it. This shit's trash. And then I'm sitting there and somebody else is watching it, but they're up to episode 10 and shit popping off. I'm like, wait, nah, that's not, hold on. And I go and I say, all right, let me get through the first 3 episodes. I get through the first 3 episodes, and by then I'm stuck. And the 100 is just like that for a lot of people. My mother was the same way. My mother got tired of hearing us talk about it so much that she decided to be nosy and she tried to give it a try and she got on it. She got stuck on it.
The first episode got me, so I don't know about everybody else. I liked the first. I was like, oh shit. But I'm into sci-fi shit because I liked the Voyager. I like Star Trek kind of shit like that. Because I wasn't into that shit, and then when I was dating my second boyfriend, he put me on to like Star Trek, and at first I was like, "This shit is weird." But 7 and 9 was my bitch.
Star Trek. Oh, girl.
7 and 9 was my bitch.
Bugging.
That bitch was
You
gangster.
are
I love
bugging.
her. So it was
I'm watching Star Trek now these days. Like,
yes, I was.
Listen,
Star Trek. That's why anime. I don't mind.
You sit there. You talk about Star Trek. Let me tell you something. Star Trek right now. You see how niggas is with Star Wars. That's how niggas was with Star Trek when Star Trek first came out. And Star Trek got a storyline to it.
There's a lot of Trekkies. Don't get it twisted.
I don't really like either, but go on.
No, but let me see. Star Trek.
Marcus, something wrong with your mic.
Nah, Next Generation.
Yeah, Voyager. Yo, my bitch
was Voyager.
Voyager. My bitch was 7 and 9. That was my bitch.
If we had to see Voyager, like Laura would sit there and
twist there. I think the story is good. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a bad show. For me, it's the acting, and they're not delivering. It's not realistic. I don't believe in these characters.
You got to give it a chance because as it starts getting better,
but
as the episodes go along,
but it's the
I'm mad like we only did. I think that we got to do them intervals of 5. I felt like we gotta do
I
Yeah.
was thinking that in my head. I was thinking that in my head.
Cause I'm
Listen,
like,
Yeah.
I could watch episode 6 and 7. I have no problem. Y'all just gotta catch up.
But so what if I completely just do not like season 1?
you gotta be playing along. We watching it together, boo boo.
If we don't, then you be the critique of it.
Yeah, you'll give us
You'll
the
point out
other
everything that's
side.
wrong with it.
You'll give us the other
Like
side.
I ain't gonna
We'll
front.
all bust
I agree with you with the acting. The only reason why I was able to get past the acting was because I watched not all of it, but I watched a lot of what's the name of that show? Once Upon a Time. Have any of y'all seen Once Upon a
Yeah.
Time?
Yeah.
Now,
I,
Once
I,
Upon a
I,
Time, Snow White,
it gives me those vibes. Yeah.
that
That
girl
was
Snow
all
White,
good.
I hate her.
Show or some shit.
Huh?
Yo, I hate that show. I'm sorry.
I hate Snow White. I hate her acting.
I hate that show, period. Like, I hate that show, period. Like,
That was all good show.
No, I love the show. The show is fire.
That was
I
all good
hate
show.
Snow White. Snow White, her acting is retarded to me. And then they found a little girl of her. They found a little girl that looked like her, act like her. Oh my god. No. But because of that, I was able to get past like the little nonsense acting in the 100, you know. So I saw past that. I just paid attention to the storyline and the character storyline, and
Is
yeah.
it like that?
but I
throughout the
see
show,
as it
though?
goes, the acting gets
That's
old.
my question.
Acting to me gets better.
What happened, Christina?
Is it like that throughout the show?
Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better.
Listen,
The
it's always a
acting,
groove. Everything is a groove.
yeah. Right now, all the
I'll
acting
give
is
it a
tacky
shot.
and you
It's
know
just
all that
right
extra
now,
shit
not
and
a
all that, but they
season.
get past all that. Somebody's in there.
Where the baby kids?
She's using the bathroom. Leave it alone, huh?
Where the baby kids? Malachi.
Look, say hi. Say hi. No, you don't want to talk. All right, fine. What you
You
want?
have to switch. You want you to give him what
Come
he,
here,
what he looking for.
Malachi.
Yeah.
He bad and
Malachi
I need my
decided.
tripod. I need my
This little boy
tripod.
decided he wanted to go to sleep at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So needless to say, I had to, like my mother had to wake him up right now. So right now he got a whole nother attitude, and I
Oh,
think
he on
he's
the
hungry.
whole. He's on that
Yeah,
whole
he on
top of the Bronx like he a girl.
he on some shit right now. About to knock his ass out.
Marcus, you
So
watched
speaking of space,
100?
Yeah,
Did
I'm
you
up
watch?
to season 2 or season 3.
Oh, excuse me. Well,
Oh,
I
damn.
took
excuse
the
me,
last
Marcus.
part because it was confusing, but it's still a good ass show.
Um,
Listen, after the season, the these episodes are boom.
what you playing?
Everybody,
He ignoring us. Why does his mic sound like that?
yeah, I
Yeah,
was
what?
gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
I'm using my
your
phone.
mic is like,
Using your phone microphone?
Yeah, I tried using the headphones, but it's not working. Like the mic piece of my headphones isn't working, so that's
Oh.
why I muted.
Well, Marcus was supposed to watch the 100 when I started it. He would have been done with it.
That's a lie. I started it before
But
you. I
of course, because Marcus wants to sit there and boo cuff and boo hug and boo love and watch shows with only Booski and all that. So, you know, Big Brother don't know what he's talking about. But when Booski sits there and says, you know, we should watch the 100 after Big Brother says it, then he says, okay.
But
You know, shit like
the
that.
cookie talks
This
better
is
than the brother.
the 100 originally was
Yes,
between
I'm
me
sorry.
and Shakira.
Let me
But
tell you
the
something.
thing with me, like I got after season 2 started getting confusing, and since I had nobody to discuss it, because we were gonna watch at the time.
They said Marcus sound far away.
He do. He sound like an alien. Oh, let me see if I can find some headphones for him. Sorry.
I sound better right. Can I?
that sounds so much better.
But you in surround sound.
Okay, congratulations. There you go. Do I sound better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, try.
I adjusted it a little bit, so let's see.
You just gotta charge it. Put it on the charger.
You gotta keep giving Marcus the eye. Cause he booed
Yeah,
up.
give him the eye.
Give him the eye.
That's the problem he has.
But
So speaking of other space,
Honestly, out of all the characters on that show, the one that surprised me the most is Octavia.
Don't talk about no
Don't
extended
talk. Don't talk about it too
I know
much.
you
yeah,
have.
because we
because I'm
haven't.
only on
I
one and a
haven't made it
half.
past
Okay,
the
I seen
pilot.
one and half. The half of
I'm
two.
almost done with the first season, so
Y'all gonna stop it. So next season, next episode, next Thursday, we're gonna do definitely 5 episodes. So we're
Wait,
gonna
wait.
catch up to Joey.
You guys
Joey
all
gonna have to be on pause.
finished with season one.
I gotta watch 6 and 7.
Joey, we can't even hear you. You on pause for real.
You
You
guys
can't
all
hear
done with
Joey out here.
season one.
I can't
I
mark.
Yeah,
can't
they
hear
still
me.
I
on
can't hear
season.
you.
You can't hear me.
We're still season. I'm on season 1, episode 2.
Hmm.
That's what I'm at. 1, 2.
On
I ain't gonna fall.
6.
I didn't make it past the pilot.
Can y'all hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Christina said she
Oh, you
can
can
hear
hear
me.
me?
Everybody can hear me. Oh, say
Christina
it
could
again,
never
Joey.
hear nobody.
Laura, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, Macho.
Marcus, can you hear me? Nod your head.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Marcus
you
gets
know
yes
you.
or no questions.
Christina, can you hear me? Nod
Negative.
your head, Christina. Christina, can you hear me?
So
No, she can't hear. Christina can't hear me.
All right, so now, oh, Christina, you can hear me, Christina?
yeah, I can hear you.
I'm a shrink.
Why you could never hear Joey?
I think she got beef with Joey.
Yeah, you the only
I don't
person
have
that
beef
can't hear
with Joey.
Joey.
I literally can hear everybody but Joey. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
Beef with Joey.
you got him on block or something?
Yeah, I'm
Huh?
on
How
the
I got,
block list.
I just heard him when
Can
he
y'all
was
hear me?
first talking, but now
I
I
hear
can't
you.
hear him.
Joey, everybody
I
hear you.
literally can.
And Tina changed her
I'm,
name. I peeped that. She ain't Tina no more.
still
She
can't hear me.
KD
Oh,
now.
that was I did that last time. I just ain't never changed it.
So everybody can hear me. Can everybody see me?
Now he froze.
Yeah, I can see you. Wait, are you frozen? No, you frozen.
Joey is frozen on my end.
Yeah, Joey is frozen over here.
Macho, move your head twice.
I think I adjusted it as good as possible.
Now I'm
I'm
So
frozen.
trying to
speaking
find a
of
place for
space,
me.
well, maybe
Let
I
me see
should
how
wait
this works.
till everybody come in the
No, I'm
camera.
here. I'm just gonna see. Okay, this is
I'm
perfect.
going
Cause
to
I'm
leave
about
and I'm going to come back.
Oh, you're not
Nah.
moving no more. You're moving now. So,
How y'all feel about
about what?
How y'all feel about this SpaceX situation?
The what?
This SpaceX situation.
What's SpaceX?
SpaceX then sat there and flew 4 astronauts up there to the ISS, and they
I know
made
my business
history
on
because they're gonna be the first group. If I'm not mistaken, they live in there.
Oh, the people that's going to know
Or
6 months. 6 months. I seen it. I need to know.
yeah,
That's
they're
how they're
gonna
gonna
be there
start
for
this
like
shit.
6
That's what I'm
months.
saying. That's why when you saying it's not realistic, that's how this shit finna start.
No, Lord, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying realistic in terms of the story. I very well know like the story can very well happen. It's not realistic for the acting aspect is not realistic for me. I do not believe that these characters are juvenile. I do not believe that
Of
these
course they not.
people that this their first time in 100 years being on Earth. That's what I mean by it not being realistic. The acting isn't
Oh, I like when
realistic
everybody off
for
the
me.
camera. Now I could check my hair now better. Everybody going.
Not the hell. But
Nah, you might just watch this. So.
but no, I very well believe in the fact that, why you think they so pressured to go into Mars? Like they are
I know
so
they are
pressed.
because I think they think that we could live over there. Probably
all
can.
They found
Laura,
they found a
Laura,
pond or a puddle or something like that.
where you think the Martians came from?
The
Listen, this
Martians.
is
Where you think white people came
listen,
from?
Earth.
They came
They
from
won't go
Mars.
home. They won't go home.
They
Earth.
came from Mars, Laura.
E.T. phone home.
How you think they got here? How you think they
They
got
gave
here?
me. They
The
gotta go
Bermuda
home.
Triangle. That's how they got here.
I
We
want
ain't
them
gonna
to.
talk
I
about
want
that.
somebody to explain the Bermuda Triangle to me. Because I
What
want to
about
know
it?
how
I,
shit keep getting
I
lost in this
definitely
motherfucker.
believe I think it's a teleportation system. I do think
I
that.
think it's another. I do. I think it's another land, and everybody that gets
I
lost in
think
there, they go live another life.
yeah,
I think that's what it
that's
is.
how I think that's to where what's that place called? Atlantis.
Oh,
The
that's
city
on
of
the water.
Atlantis.
Oh,
That's
you
on
cannot have
the
that.
water.
Yeah, no. What do you think it got sucked up at?
What, the
Watch your
Bermuda
back.
Triangle?
Had the power of the Bermuda Triangle, and you know shit got real over there in Mars one time, and
They got
they tell us
gangsters.
the first white man over here, and it was over.
What am I doing?
We was fucked since then, but nah,
My
no
face is
funny.
so
I
dry.
just think that they're trying to
Give it time.
see if we
You
can
gonna get with it.
sustain life in Mars type shit. Like, why do you think they're so pressed to get out there?
They got hot dates. I don't know.
Because as white people shit, you see us, we know better. We know if we were supposed to be up there, God would have gave us wings. We know better.
I got wings. Don't judge me. They come on the things you buy every month.
But because God didn't give us wings, we decided to keep our feet on the ground. White people don't think like that. They hardwired differently.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, and that's why I said, yeah, the Bermuda Triangle. I think it's definitely a teleportation system, or either some sort of thing that it fucks with space and time, and it does something, because it's plenty of stories out there
Knock
that
on the door.
some people have. You know, I don't know if they're conspiracies or not, but you know, people will
Yeah.
fly through there for 10 minutes, and in actuality, they've been there for like 4 hours. So I don't know. It's a little crazy.
Who making all that damn noise?
That's Joey. I just muted him.
You know who making the noise?
Joey had to give me. Look at Junior. I think Junior waits till he gets on the phone. Like
Muted
Junior
the
just be
mic.
looking at him. He just be looking at him with the side eye. And as soon as Joey says, "All right, guys," he goes, "Da-da-da-da-da." He just presses buttons. He just does it. I don't think Junior be playing. I think Junior just be sitting there looking at Joey like this. And as soon as Joey talks on the phone, he be like, "Ah! Ah!" He just be wilding.
On purpose. But,
Oh man.
I believe that. I really do believe that.
And you know, the mastermind behind SpaceX, I didn't even know he had coronavirus. I didn't know Elon Musk had corona.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they want to go to Mars.
They think that there's no corona on Mars?
They trying to get away from corona.
They think there's no corona on Mars?
What's gonna fuck them? What's gonna fuck them over?
Yeah,
They're gonna see a 3-legged alien named Corona.
Yeah,
they made them take that test too.
We heard about what?
Take the corona test before they went.
It's a radiation surge, supposedly, coming from the sun over here.
And what's that supposed to be?
I don't know how true that is, but
that the radiation surge is hitting the Earth.
No, and it's not just internet people. It's like people that I know and shit. Like, they talk about that shit. Like, it's really gonna happen, and allegedly, it's gonna give us superpowers.
Allegedly,
well, I hope it does.
It's gonna do something to our bodies. I don't know.
I don't even.
Well, I
know.
hope it.
All I know, it could.
I hope it does something good.
Yeah.
I don't
Shit, I always wanted the power to stretch.
Make us immune to something that's coming. I don't know.
Give me superpowers. I always wanted the power to stretch. Why not?
Stretch.
Yeah.
Nah. I wouldn't want
I always wanted the power to stretch.
Like, being realistic, that's what power you want for real. Like, come on.
Nah, that's not the power I want.
That power. Like, nobody wants that.
Why not?
There ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nah, I mean, that's what you got stuck with. You gotta accept what you got stuck with.
I mean, if I got stuck with that, I probably wouldn't even use it. I probably wouldn't unless I really had to, but nah, that's
Think
not
I
about
would
something I'm
use
hold
it.
walking
on, hold on.
around.
Oh, I
Outside
gotta
I
the
tell
would
you
house
this
use
as a
it.
looking
I'll
at
be
perverted.
able to get mad different shit.
Listen, I'm gonna make
Going
this
to
shit
a
only
bank.
sounds a perverted. If you could stretch, think the shit you could do in the bedroom.
but that's only one.
See, Laura
That's
caught my
not
drift.
too
Why
much.
not?
You could stretch. You know the shit you could do in the bedroom. That shit be.
Liz,
But
Mm.
what
I'm
if
gonna
it's a
choke you
girl?
and tickle you at the same time
Yo, that shit would be fun.
while
Like
I'm
you be
playing my
all,
PSP.
yo, you just could just put your body at any angle,
All right,
put a
Laura, forget it.
position. See, they don't
You
understand.
about to look?
I
She
don't
about to draw a whole
understand.
sketchbook.
Yo, the
Right. She finna
I
write a
agree with
whole
y'all on
Kama
that.
Sutra.
I
Kama
agree with
Sutra.
y'all.
She
yeah,
finna write her
you
own
start a
Kama
new book.
Sutra.
Um,
So
so
how do y'all feel about this Johnny Depp situation, man?
all right. So
Have
explain to me the
Have
whole
y'all been
Johnny Depp
seeing what's going
situation.
Yeah,
on?
you're gonna have to
No,
explain it.
you gotta explain it to me again,
So
and I'll give you my
so
output.
supposedly, accordingly, Johnny Depp's wife sat there and accused him of abusing her and stuff like that, which got thrown out in court, and it ended up being that she was the mental abuser and shit like that. They got mad. Look, Marcus just started screaming at me. Okay, I'm sorry. Mental and physical abuser. That she kept on she keep on hitting him, chasing him, and like putting him
And
down, like
who's his
basically
wife
shit like
again?
that. What's his wife's name again?
Amber Holly?
Amber.
Aquaman's wife.
Amber what? Health or some shit like that? Ain't it something like that?
All I know is she the girl
Amber
from
Heard
Aquaman.
from
That's it.
Aquaman. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep
So
saying that, but I just remember Aquaman. I don't remember anybody else. There was other people
hold
I
on.
seen in the movie.
So you don't remember
I'm
the
a
movie?
I remember the
I'm a
movie,
Google. I'm
but
gonna
I
Google her right
remember
now.
So
Aquaman.
how do you not remember the red haired girl that was with Aquaman the
It was some chick.
entire damn
Listen,
time of the
she was
movie?
irrelevant to me.
Her
But
name
all
is
that sexy.
Amber Heard.
Okay.
That is her, the one with the red hair, Laura.
Yeah, but all
Yeah.
that sexy. How was I supposed to remember that bitch? She wasn't. She wasn't. I wasn't trying to
Oh,
see nothing. That.
her name was Amber Heard. So she sat there, end up being that now, because of the allegations, even though they was wrong and everything, Warner Brother fired Johnny Depp from his upcoming series that's coming out, something
They
Beast or
didn't fire him.
Winged Beast or something.
Enforce the justice. He's back law.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. Only because I feel like it's not fair to him. Like, if he's guilty, then he's guilty. But you don't cut him more, but without proving that he's guilty. I don't think that, especially if she's abusive, then you basically punishing him for being abused
But
or
I
coming
know,
out
Yeah.
of being abused.
because what it is that he was right because he's accused of being abused or whatever. That's gonna carry him. That's gonna affect the show, the movies and all that.
I
Because they
can't.
have
Yo, Marcus, you breaking up badly.
yeah,
I think
Marcus,
it's just
you
that
too
he
far
talking too
away.
fast. Let me tell you something. Marcus is
You
talking
too
like this.
far
This is how
away.
he's talking right now, right? I'm gonna give you a demonstration of how he's talking. Marcus just sat there and said it. If Johnny Depp sit there and they just said hi at him. That's how Marcus is talking right now. Slow down, bro. Maybe we can hear you better.
sorry, what I said was the what they are is they're afraid because the fact that he got accused of being abused, whether it's still in court,
No, it's his
whether
mic,
anything
Chris.
happens,
He's going
they're
in
just
and out
afraid
for
of
me.
at a time in the
I
show
mean,
in
but
the movie.
what's that
It's the
woman
Yeah,
mic.
thing
it's
He's
his
that
going in
mic.
and
they
out for
have in the
me.
workplace?
It's the mic.
What's that woman thing they have in the workplace?
What, sexual harassment?
No, yeah, but what is it called?
Harassment of the sexual?
No, you literally just flipped around what you just said, Lord. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What is it when the women are now coming up against sexual allegations and shit like that from like these directors? And what is it called? I forgot what it's called.
Sexual harassment
Well, when females
allegations?
come out, when they come out of the
It's a
woodwork after
movement.
20, 25 years,
It's a movement.
um,
I don't know.
the
I
Get Your
don't
Bread
follow those
movement.
movements.
Oh my god.
Oh, what like the shit that they did to Bill Cosby? You know, the Get
Yes.
Your
What
Bread
is it
movement.
called? The movement. What
Yeah,
is it called?
It's called Get Your Bread movement.
That's not,
That's what it is. She want to know what it's
That's
called.
what it is.
I'm
It's
trying to
called
figure
Get Your
out the
Bread
name
movement.
of it. I'm trying to the
You
Me
like
Too, the
you,
Me Too movement. How do y'all not know about this shit? It's
yeah,
called
The
the
Me
Me Too
they
Too.
said,
movement. You talk about the get money quick movement.
You get your
Anyway,
yeah,
I
bread
that's what
think
it
movement. I
is.
agree.
I think
That's what they
because
doing. They
of the
getting that
Me Too
bread.
movement. I think it's because of the
But let me
Me
tell
Too
you something I don't
movement
like
that
about
they
that
were
saying.
so quick to let him go. They weren't willing
Yeah,
to risk those
Yeah, but you know
chances. You
what?
know what I
Listen to
mean?
that
Like,
nonsense. Why would you call it the Me Too movement? That sounds like you. Oh,
man,
I
Lord,
jumped out
I
the
don't
window.
know
Me
why.
too. Me too. That sounds stupid. That just sounds
and
like
they
a
good with
lie.
it.
I think it's a little bit deeper than what you're saying. It's I
But
was
that's how it
sexually abused.
sounds.
It was me
Do you remember
too.
people that said
Like
Me Too? Like, oh, Christina, do
it
you want to?
happened to me
Do you want
too.
to? Do you want some eggs? Me too. Me too. Me too. That's what I hear when I hear Me Too movement. So basically,
Hmm.
you just
Well,
jumping on the bandwagon.
I don't know.
It
Well,
sounds like it
because
doesn't. So tell me, it doesn't sound bandwagon-ish. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't sound that to y'all. Me too. Me too.
it
It
Me too.
is.
sounds, yeah, it
It
sounds
It
sounds
like the
is.
bandwagonish.
definition of
Like,
bandwagon
you
actually.
know, it was if it's a movement to go against the people that are hurting people, you know, doing wrong to people, these directors and producers or whatever, who are taking advantage of people who need these jobs, and if that's what they're doing, the Me Too movement doesn't sound right. It sounds like if you just feel like you want some money, me too, me too, me too.
Hmm.
So I agree
Free
with
Bill
Pooh. It's the
Cosby.
get the bread movement.
Free Bill Cosby.
My guy said, "Free Bill Cosby." That is my
I'm gonna be
Yes,
honest
Christina.
with you with Bill
that
Cosby.
man. That man is innocent.
That man is not so innocent.
That man
I'm
is
gonna be
I
honest.
don't
innocent.
think so. I don't
He's
think
not
he's
perfectly. He's not perfectly angel. I'm not going to sit there and say
Now
he's
I'm
a
gonna say
saint.
this.
But let me tell you something. You mean to tell me out of all the females he's around, the ones he was drugging was the ones we don't know about? All the females that he was around that we know that are famous that are still relevant now, the ones
he's
that
not
he
a dummy.
drugged and
I
raped
mean,
was the ones that we don't know about.
if he did do this, I mean, he's not a dummy.
You ate
Unlike
already?
R. Kelly, who
First of all,
just
first of all, first of all,
willingly
I listen.
It's
threw
We're
all
gonna
his
actually
take
money
some
right.
out in the
responsibility
open.
for our actions. I'm gonna say this. I do not condone rape in any form or fashion. But as women, we need to also take responsibility for the decisions we make. You should never, a man should never force himself on you. But if you're going on these, if you know, like that's like I know, I hear Christina tells me that um John likes to touch on people, right? And I'm like, oh, he does. She's like, yeah, he touched on me. I was a little tipsy, and I went back to his house with him because those are the shit that triggers me. You were drunk, and why did you go back to his house? You don't have your own house? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that these women are wrong. I don't know what he did. I don't know if he drugged them. I don't know what happened. But some of these things, like, why were you going back to his hotel room? Like,
Listen,
and
Shorty sat there and said,
you're not trying to
Shorty
fuck. Why you
sat
going
there,
back?
Shorty
That's just
sat
how I
there
see
and
it.
said
I mean,
she
I
hung
see what
out
you're
with Bill
saying, Laura.
Cosby. She drank with the nigga. All she knew is that she woke up in his house, bucket naked, and she went later on that day and introduced him to her parents because she found the one. That shit
I
right
do
there is
love.
alone says it. Like, come on.
I think Laura. I don't know. I see what you mean when you say things like well, will you say you know, why did she go back to his house? Because one would think like, girl, okay, you got your own spot. Like, why can't you just, you know, why couldn't you just go home? But I don't know.
That's
My
how I
thing
feel.
is,
Like I said, I
it
don't
kind of puts
condone it.
women in a situation to where it's like they don't
Some of
have the
these women
freedom.
who
They
came
don't have the
out,
freedom to do what it is that they want,
no, you know
or
what it is to me,
not
and
let
I'm gonna be
alone
honest
the
with you.
freedom, but the capability to do what they please or let the night play out without,
Yeah,
you
but you
know,
know what?
it
Listen,
being
I'm gonna
put
be,
on
and
them.
this is why I say
Like
as
for
women,
one, the man should be questioned. Like for one, why are you even, you know, why didn't you ask her if she wanted to go home or something to that
he wanted to
extent?
fuck.
Like
That's
why
why
did
he
she
asked
have
her.
to come back to your spot? Like,
because he
I
wanted to
think
fuck.
sometimes
Listen,
we
I'm
need to
not
stop
gonna knock
like
a man. Listen,
putting the blame on the woman and like
I'm not putting the
really
blame on the
start putting the
woman.
mirror on the
I'm
man.
saying
Like,
no. I'm not putting the
Listen.
blame on anybody. I'm saying as women, we do need to start taking responsibility for our actions. First of all, let's be realistic. As women, we all know men want to fuck. That's what it is.
but we shouldn't be
men wanna-
okay with that. We shouldn't be
No,
okay
but
with that. We
why?
shouldn't
If they're
allow that
sexual,
to be
listen.
I
If
want, I
you're
want to try not
sexual,
to eat any heavy meats.
it shouldn't be nothing wrong with what you want to do. Like I said, I do not condone. A man wants to fuck. I do not condone rape in any
Yeah,
way,
shooting
shape,
is
form, or
different.
fashion. If I say no, that's no. If you force yourself on me, then that is rape. I get that, and I'm not saying it. But as women, what I'm saying is that we make decisions, and
I hear
then,
you,
like,
Papa.
for example, whatever he did to them, why did you wait so long to come out? You understand what I'm saying? Or why did you go back? I'm not saying, oh, you shouldn't have went back to the house with him. That's the decision you made. But if you're feeling tipsy, you know when you're twisted. Come on, we've all been twisted. You know when you twisted, you know, we get a little frisky. If you're really not trying to cross that line with a guy, then I always say don't put yourself in that situation. So it's one thing if you're walking down the block and some guy just jumps you and throws you in the corner and rapes you. That's one thing. Date rape is another
okay,
thing.
y'all are
If you're dating somebody,
crazy.
and you go on a date and let's say they like, oh, just come back up to my room, and you're like, oh, not really, no, and they're like, just for a little bit, I promise nothing's gonna happen. You're safe with me, and then you go up there and they just throw you on the bed and force themselves on top of you, that's wrong. Like I'm saying, these are wrong things. But we all, as women, also have to take responsibility for the fact that we decided to put ourselves in a situation where we were unsure. You understand what I'm saying? Because from what these women
Yeah,
were
but my
saying,
thing is,
there
why
was
is it?
kind of rumors
Why
about
we
them.
have to?
There was kind of rumors
Go ahead.
about the fact that he was with some women being frisky, but like other women didn't see it. You know, they were like, nah, not really, not me, not I. You know, it didn't have with this one, but it had with this one. It have. So like, I felt like maybe, you know, if he did become a little rough with them, or if he did drug them, you know what I mean? They didn't remember. Why are you remembering 30,000 years later? The man is old and about to die, and he's in
Oh,
jail.
we talking about Bill Cosby. Well,
Yeah,
I
I told Bill
kind of thought
Cosby.
we were still on Depp.
No,
Cosby.
Johnny Depp thing.
Well,
No,
for
Johnny Depp
one,
situation.
I don't even think that case happened. Did the case happen? Cause I need to
What with
watch
Johnny
that
With who?
case. Important.
with Bill Cosby?
With who?
Yeah.
With Bill Cosby? If the case happened with, yeah, that nigga is serving a sentence right now.
He in
But
jail.
do you think they recorded it though? Is what I'm saying, and put it on YouTube?
No, you could
Cause you know,
probably
like
find
some
it.
court cases, they
No, listen.
record
Hmm?
some court
Bill
cases, and
Cosby is
you're
in
able to
jail.
like watch them and stuff like
Listen, Bill
that.
Cosby is in jail because Bill Cosby. That's why he in jail. He in jail because he admitted to giving them the drugs. That's what he admitted to. He admitted to giving them
Supposedly,
the drugs. No, he admitted to that. He said they
I
were
know,
down
but
to take it. That's what he said. He said they were down to take it. So he's not
Also,
saying that he
now we
gave it to them
calling,
unwillingly.
but
He's
them
saying they
actually
was
want
down
to
and he gave it to them.
say that.
And that's why to me he's in jail because he admitted to giving them those drugs and this illegal or whatever. That's the only reason to me.
Bill Cosby, I think Bill
So he
Cosby just
gave them
got
a
tired of
drug without
fighting.
their permission.
I
No,
think Bill
he's
Cosby
saying
got
he gave
tired
it
of
to them
fighting and
and they
said,
wanted to take it. They're saying they were drugged.
"You're right."
So I think because he admitted to that part is why they were like, well, we're just gonna give him a little time. How much longer does this man have? He looked like a crackhead in jail too. Seeing the pictures.
Listen,
Wait,
I
because
think
you
Bill
keep breaking
Cosby.
up while you're talking. Hold on. So you say that he went to jail because he gave them the drugs that they
He
willingly knew they were taking?
he
He said that
admitted
they was
to
willing to take
giving
it.
them the drugs. He said that like
I think both
basically
of y'all are talking at the same time, and like it's breaking up and it's lagging.
I think it's your phone again, as always. Hi
It's
Latoya. It's always your phone. He admitted to he admitted to giving them the drugs. He said that's no different than saying my homegirl comes over to my house and I give her marijuana. That's what he admitted to doing. It's an illegal drug and he admitted to doing it. However, he said that the women wanted to take the drug. So he didn't say that they took it.
So what? Why is he in jail for? What you mean by
because
that's
the
reason
drug
why
is
he locked up
illegal.
for it?
It's an illegal drug. So I think that they
No,
basically
it's illegal to give somebody a drug without them knowing about it. That's how you can
no.
go to jail. But if they knew about it and he gave it
But
to them,
that's where the conflict of
that's
interest
exactly the
is.
reason why he's
So,
in jail.
but listen, that's where the conflict of interest is. He admitted to giving them the
Any,
drug and
any
having
drug that is
sex
being
with them.
prescribed to you by a doctor is illegal. So it doesn't matter whether they willingly took it or not. It's the fact that they took drugs is
Illegal.
still illegal. And the fact
Yes.
that he
He admitted
But
to
that's
giving
fine.
them drugs.
I mean,
But this is what I'm saying to you. Listen, because then you looking at it, forget about what regular people go through. This is Bill Cosby. He's a big figure. So they were trying to get him one way or another. So basically, they split the demon. You admitted to giving them drugs, you don't admit to raping them. They admit to consuming the drugs without permission. So they're basically saying we're gonna split the demon. And that's how come I think that's why I think I didn't watch the case. This is just my opinion on why he actually ended up doing time because of the fact that the drug is illegal.
Watch the case first.
But I didn't watch the case or anything. This is just in my head.
No, I don't even know if we can watch the case. Honestly,
Yeah, you can.
No, you could get the information. Even if you can't watch the case, you could get that. That's public information. That's public information. So
yeah, but you know, I think they let him out because of the COVID situation. I think
They didn't lock up. No,
they didn't let him out.
He's still in jail. He's still locked up.
They not letting Bill go.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
listen, I had a problem with it when everybody else came around. When the one lady said it, I said, all right, it might have been the night Bill was wilding, like, fuck it, I get a pill, you get a pill, you get a pill, everybody get pill, you know? It might have been a night like that. But then all these other women came out of nowhere and said, he did it to me too. Like you said, the Me Too movement. Me too. Me too.
That's the name
right?
of the movement.
But that's what the movement is
called. Me Too movement.
That is the name of the
right?
movement.
Me Too movement. He did it to me too, right? But then I'm looking at these people and I'm like, if you think about all the people that Bill Cosby been around, all the females that are famous, all the females that we know, all you understand, he been around a lot of females. I don't know not one of those females there. So you mean to tell me he only put the pill in you, but he ain't put the pill in no one else?
Mm-hmm.
A predator is a predator.
He did do it to these other women. I don't know. I'm taking it as he's just a smart man. He knows not to fool around with anybody who could potentially fuck his career up. Because I mean, you got to think about it. If he did, let's say, mess around with, any one of these people he was involved with, and they came out and said this shit, and they agreeing with all of these other women, like it would have
been more believable. It would have been more believable.
Janice something, that model, that one that was on America's Next Top Model, she was one of the ones that came out too. Janice Dickinson or something like that. That's her name.
I don't know.
America's Next Top Model.
I don't know either. Hell,
I don't know who that is. Like
I watched that show maybe once in my life.
Janice Dixon, something like that. But she admitted she was one of the women too. She said that basically I'm sorry. I'm playing with my tripod.
And then a lot of these stories didn't make no sense to me. Like I said, the shorty that sat there, she said she was at a bar. Bill, they had finished shooting something or whatever. Bill Cosby came up, him joked the wall. She drank. No, she said she turned around. She turned back around. She took a drink. Then the next thing you know, she felt funny. The next thing you know, she's in his apartment, butt naked. She don't know if he raped her or not. So she introduced him to her parents and kept on dating him to find out if he raped her. What? It's easy to play. I don't remember. It's easy to say, yeah, he gave me a pill and I don't remember what happened. But then the story after that, with a lot of them, didn't make sense. Most of them still work with the nigga after that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like with
I
the one with
mean,
Janet
but
Dickinson.
Really?
you know, but that's not nothing new, boo boo. Like we all know that whenever there's some sort of trauma in your life, you always tend to go back to that bad
One
thing.
person,
You
one
over
person
like
I
the
can
victim
understand.
always goes back to that bad thing. So I don't
One
think it's
person
anything new that they would go back and work for him or anything to that extent. Like it's not like
I could get,
we know that much.
but this is what gets me. I could get one person. You understand? I can understand one person saying, "Oh my God, I don't have nothing. This is my only opportunity to make it in life. I don't got a mother. I don't got a father. This is my only shot. Fucking, I'm gonna just take this to the chin." Cool, because there's people like that in the world. But every other female, you mean to tell me every other female reacted the same way? Now,
I
what
mean,
other
it's the
female sat there and said, "I
psychological.
can't be around him," and just quit out of nowhere?
I mean,
Because
I
none of them
probably
did
would have
that.
quit. I ain't gonna lie, I would have quit, but you know,
But none of them
not
did that.
everybody the same. Maybe that drug had them all doing the same thing.
No, but that's the thing though. Not everybody's the same, but they all react the same. All of their stories is the same. It was Bill Cosby, so this is my only shot.
That's what
Really?
I have the issue with.
That sounds like a book copied over and over and over. It sounds like bullshit to me. I could sit there and say maybe the
I
first
wouldn't
person
say
or
that.
the third
All
person,
I'm gonna say
but
about that is I'm just gonna have to look at the cases myself. Cause honestly, when this shit was happening, I wasn't really, like I wasn't really on it like that for real, for real.
Nobody was
People
really paying
gone said, "Hey,
attention to.
well, that's why she sued him. That's why who sued who."
That's why
the lady,
they
Well,
sued him.
the,
let me see. Hey, let's
that
go in,
shit,
girl.
I
the R.
believe
Kelly,
it.
R. Kelly's guilty.
He was
Yeah,
an
that was a
old,
whole nother
wrinkly,
I,
ball.
I,
wrinkly broke
That's
model.
a whole nother story.
I,
We
I
know
ain't
he.
arguing with that. R. Kelly, R. Kelly, he guilty. He
No,
did it.
yeah, because Bill Cosby
I
was a
couldn't
time
even
when they
make
was
it
all
through
being
that docu
crackheads.
series.
Bill Cosby was a time when they was all being crackheads. They was all doing drugs and doing shit like that. So Bill Cosby's a little
Yeah.
different. But I do agree with what you said. R. Kelly and R. Kelly's thing with me, and it's bad to say this. R. Kelly's the way he is because I feel like he doesn't know he got too cocky for his bridges. You know what I mean? Like he just
Yeah.
feels like he can just have whatever he wants. And
I
I think
think
that's what
R.
happened with R.
Kelly.
Kelly.
I think with R. Kelly's childhood fucked him up.
No, he
I
he
think
did
it
yeah,
was
but
solely his childhood. Like
yeah, but then
like
like
oh
it's
my
like it's
god,
things are
like
said,
when
but
was
I
it
don't
his
know. Like
mama raped him or it
his
was a
sister,
female and a male relative that
it
like
was his sister.
fucked with him. So it's like I don't know. All I'm saying is
It
I
was his
think his
sister.
childhood fucked him up.
It was his sister. I
Uh,
think. I think it was his sister and his brother or uncle, whatever. I'm
I was
not
gonna
saying that
say it
they
was a
fuck him
dude
up,
too.
but I'm just also saying that don't have nothing to do with holding people captured. You know, like that's a whole other ball game. Like
yeah.
that's
Oh yeah,
different. You know,
he
like
had people he had hostages. You right.
he
But we
got
got it.
hoes.
But
I
we
And
got
don't
he
to.
got bitches
know. I don't
that
But
want
we
to
know.
also
leave
got
but
to look
scared to
at.
leave. Like he got a whole
But we
cult
also
going
got to.
on.
We also got to look at. There was parents who sat there and let their child go
Oh, they
with R.
parents is fucked
Kelly.
up for that too. They
Like
parents, they knew what they was
they
doing.
sat there. They sat there and said, "Oh, you're gonna go with a 25-year-old man and you're 15 for 3 months without us, so that you could work on your vocals. Go ahead, little Sally." And then
I
four
mean, they
months
were
came and they said, "I want my daughter
starstruck.
back."
No,
Like they
listen, you
were
didn't see what happened
starstruck.
to
It's
the
R.
girl.
Kelly.
Nah,
The
I
the one that
starstruck my
listen, the one
ass.
that let me tell you what R. Kelly, the one that triggered, the girl that triggered the whole fucking movement of get save this girl or whatever, that triggered the whole R. Kelly thing, right? Shorty. Her. When with that woman. Her parents, I don't care what nobody say, they heard the rumors about R. Kelly. They basically sold their daughter to him because they had this beautiful house and they was like, oh, she was going to introduce them to producers. But my thing is, if you got money, why does he need to introduce her to producers? You got the money to go see these producers, right?
Hmm.
Because if you got the money to bring your daughter R. Kelly, you claiming you was paying for the services then why wouldn't you take her? If you knew there was rumors about him, take her to another producer. You got the bread. That's how I knew they didn't have the bread. What happened was she was underage. She was living with R. Kelly, and everything was fine as long as they spoke to her once a month and they got that check. Shorty hit legal age. R. Kelly said, "Fuck you. I'm not paying y'all no more." And then that's when they all of a sudden they want their daughter back. And that's to me what happened. Because when I was watching the stars, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, what do you
So
feel?
I have two things.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was the People's Now said they sold their kids. I believe they did. Some of them they would sell like it was just crazy to me. And these kids, like, okay, he was meeting hood rat chicks that ain't had nothing in the hood and the malls and shit like that's different. But they parent like nobody's parents said. This is why I say sometimes people just gotta take responsibility for their actions. Nobody's parent thought there was something wrong with it. Aaliyah in the beginning, and then they said that they were like, oh, in the beginning, I guess the parent would be there. And then, like, eventually they make you feel he make you feel comfortable. But once you heard the rumors, how fucking comfortable could you really be? Like, you don't think to ask your child, like, yo, you getting dick out while you at the studio?
First things first, I couldn't watch past the episode.
That's true.
I couldn't watch the episode. Well, I couldn't watch it past the episode when they started talking about Aaliyah, talking about she was getting dick down on a bus. I was like, I do not want to see
I love
Aaliyah
her.
in this light. I said, I don't want to see Aaliyah in this
But,
light.
listen,
I said, I don't want it. I don't want to know.
She said age wasn't
I
nothing
love
but a
Aaliyah.
number.
I said,
Going
no.
I love
down wasn't
Aaliyah,
nothing but a
but you
thing.
know
I
what?
said, I can't.
Yes.
I don't put nothing past that, man. That
I said,
nigga did it.
I can't put.
Age ain't nothing
Going
but a
down
number.
ain't nothing but
Come
a
on.
thing.
And that's why I said I couldn't do it because it was too many things that were adding up. I was
But
like,
now
no.
this is
before.
now this is what get me tight though, right? R. Kelly's guilty. He did it. Everyone around that nigga is just as guilty.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me on that
Especially
tour
that
bus?
security guard.
On that tour bus, that 15-year-old girl was getting her boots spanked by R. Kelly, and
nobody said
no one
nothing.
knew.
They all knew.
You had
Nobody
to
said nothing.
walk in to find out.
Nah,
No,
they found
no
out.
one said nothing.
Yeah, they found out, and like after they found out, the girl who was doing that part of the documentary, she was like, the family wasn't a family anymore. She was like, after we walked in on them, she basically was just like, it was disgusting, and the family, I don't know what family she was talking about, but she was like, the family broke up. I was like, okay then, girl.
Did they really break up? Because they were still there.
I said, it was just too many things adding up. Like R. Kelly being that guy that was in the back of Aaliyah's album cover for Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. That was R. Kelly. Like, it's just, it was too many things adding up, and I could not deal with it. I didn't want to see Aaliyah in that light. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm not going to
It's all right.
it.
I already got the image in my head. It's over.
Yeah. I was like,
since I was one of them 15-year-olds getting my knock boots by an older man, I ain't had a problem with that. So I ain't gonna judge. I ain't gonna judge a motherfucker because I was doing that. But that's why I said, like, I don't listen. Statutory rape is a whole other rape for me.
Laura,
I don't agree with statutory rape, and here's why I don't agree with statutory rape. Because if like my fast ass, and I'm gonna be a buck. I was 15. My boyfriend was 20, right? And I don't know if that makes him a child molester or whatever they want to call him. I don't think it does to me. Only because in my mind, I knew what I was getting into. I knew he was 20. You understand what I'm saying? Granted, I didn't lie about my age, and my mother was aware that we were dating and of his age. But at the same time, like, it was a decision made. Like, he didn't force me into anything. You know, it wasn't no control issues or whatever. It wasn't. No, we were grown. I was grown.
It was statutory rape.
Yeah, but that's why I don't agree with statutory rape, because I feel like if you got a teenager, a fast ass teenager like my ass, like this guy, you got a fast ass teenager who decides to date an older man. Why is it that it's all his fault? Not to say that men are not guilty, it's that are not guilty, but just like sometimes I'm a firm believer in taking responsibility for your actions. Come on, like, granted, her parents didn't know. But she knew how old he was, and she fell in love. And even if that wasn't his intent. You understand what I'm saying? Or maybe his intentions weren't pure. Hers were though. She met this man. She was singing. She was having issues within herself. He was talking to her. He was befriending her. He was being nice. You know, he was giving her what
But
she
it's the
wanted.
manipulation for me, Laura. Like we're not
But
gonna
who
sit here
says
and
it's
pretend like,
manipulation?
okay, girl,
Like,
we're not gonna
we
sit here and
weren't there.
pretend like all teenagers don't go through shit. Like we all know teenagers go through shit, and there are people who prey on that very thing.
There
Like,
are, but
so we can't just sit up here and be like, like
no, but
R.
but that's
Kelly
why I
knew
say,
what it was he was doing. He preyed
yeah. But
on.
if
Preyed on
Aaliyah's
that.
not here to speak for herself, so if she comes out and says she doesn't feel preyed on, you understand what I'm saying? Then if she would have came out
He
and said, I
preyed
don't feel
on her,
like,
Lord. She doesn't have to say that she was preyed on or not. But
but
what I'm
you're
saying
saying she
is, like, a
was. She
lot of the
doesn't feel that
time,
way.
a lot of these older men know, like the things that these girls go through. A lot of them know that they're, probably going through shit at home. Looking for a way out. They looking for a scapegoat, and like, true enough, yeah, she might have knew what she was getting into, but his intentions, I
Yeah, but
feel,
that's the thing. You
at that
can't.
time were a lot different. Like he knew what it was. However, she might have just been going through the motions and shit, if that makes sense.
But she was enjoying the motions of the oceans.
Laura. Okay. Wait, I think somebody commented. They had their own, they had their own human.
Listen here.
You can. She
But
said you can have a learner's permit to operate a 3-ton vehicle, but you can't have exactly.
My question is like, I understand what Christina's saying. My question is that what happens if a man is of age and he dates a 20-year-old woman, like a 50-year-old dating a 20? Ain't it the same thing?
But that's my point. Like,
no, because
know,
I mean, she's obviously no longer a teenager. Aaliyah was
at
18.
15,
We're
first of all,
talking
at
about
15,
Yes, but
14, 15. Like,
at 15,
that's
listen,
how old
at
she
15,
was when she was fucking R. Kelly.
but listen, at 15,
but that's not the thing.
if you
That's not
get
the question.
pregnant at 15, your parents cannot force you to have an abortion. It's your decision. If you get arrested at 15, you can go to jail. That's what I'm saying.
That's a different stage, child.
It's not a different. You're listen.
It is
Everybody
a different
has. You said what you said. You said you think R. Kelly's childhood fucked him up, right? R. Kelly's childhood fucked him up. Okay. So maybe in his mind, where you're thinking he's manipulated, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just acting like he wanted to do at 15. He's seen her and he felt he was in love. Now, granted, like I said, there are some bad people. Nothing is a stat. Nothing is. What's the word I'm looking for? Nothing is like permanent. Nothing is the same. Nothing. Everybody's situation is not the same. But then when it comes to statutory rape, that should be something that we turn around and actually look into the case. It shouldn't just be because she's 15 and he's 25 that is statutory rape, because that's what. But what about if she pursued that relationship? You understand what I'm saying? What if
but
it
he
wasn't
knows better, like Laura, he knows
why
better.
does he have to know
You
better?
want to know
you're
why
gonna
he
say
knows
that if you're attracted to somebody and mentally you're on the same level, because as women we mature faster than men, so mentally we're on the same level, and I'm talking to you and we're on the same page. The only difference is that you're a couple of years older than me. What's the difference? If I'm 15 and he's 20, when I'm 20 he's 25, he's always going to be 5 years older than me. It doesn't change the thing. So that's how I look at it. Like, I feel like statutory rape is something that needs to really be, in order for them to prosecute, they need to get all the facts. I don't think it's just fair to say, well, she's 15, he's 20, it's statutory rape. I don't think that's fair. Because at the same time,
if a 25-year-old man decides to put his penis in a 15, 14, 13, it don't matter. It's statutory rape, Laura. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but you notice how it's not child molestation? But you notice how it's not child molestation?
What?
You notice how it's not child molestation, though?
Because, like, with child molestation, they're like in their 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean?
No. So you get to statutory rape age. I know what the age. I fully aware know the ages for child molestation.
Right, but
I'm just saying. But why? If what you're saying is what it is, if what you're saying is what it is, Why is it still
They're not
statutory?
an
Why
adult,
make it
Laura.
statutory rape? Why not make it child? Because it's a sex offense. You punish them, they go on the sex registry. They get the same punishment as somebody who touches a child. So why then not give them the same charge? Why change the name because the person consented? Because what it is that you're saying a 15-year-old cannot consent to have sex with a 25-year-old, but a 15-year-old can consent to have sex with a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
It's still consent. You're not supposed to be having sex at 15. This is my point.
You're not
You
supposed to,
can't.
but you're damn sure not supposed to be having sex with somebody 25. Like,
You
Laura,
can
come
though.
on. Like, girl, like, you cannot put those in the same
And so
category.
if you
like,
you 15, so you're
So
15,
a man's
and
supposed
you
to know
lie
better.
to the man and say you're 20, and because he don't check your ID, he should
now
go to
I
jail.
do believe now you're right. You're right about that.
There's
now,
a
Laura,
lot of
'cause I will
cases with
say,
that. That's
I
what I said.
will
There's a
say,
lot of different
I
cases.
will say, you're
So
right.
it's not that.
However, the man needs to be doing a little bit more investigating his damn self before he goes to put himself in another, in an underage girl. Like,
But
most
what
of
if
the
it was
time,
what if it's the reverse? What if it's a woman letting an underage boy put a penis in her? Does she
it's
have to
the
do the
same
same?
way. Like, if he look young, girl, you better be asking for ID. You don't want to be walking around here with, pregnant by. How
And
would
that's the
that
catch.
look? You know
That's
what
the
I
catch
mean? Like,
22.
you
If
know,
somebody
little.
likes somebody, but if somebody likes somebody or somebody falls for that person, they're not gonna look at they're young. They're just gonna look at I like that person. I want to be with that person, regardless
Okay,
of the
but
age
if
that they
by
tell them.
law, if you know that, having sex with this underage person can potentially put your
Well,
ass
you
in
don't know
jail
that,
for a very long
but,
time.
but you don't know that person's underage. What if
They
that
do
person
that with
produces?
20-year-olds. And
What
you
if
know,
Listen,
if
they
a
put?
20-year-old man has sex with a 17-year-old girl, that's statutory rape.
you said that is statutory, right?
No, it is by
Yeah.
law. If a 20-year-old man has sex with a
Okay.
17-year-old girl, they consider that. That's why I said my thing with statutory rape is it's not so cut and dry. There are a lot of instances, and I don't feel like they make it cut and dry. Everything is not as easy as it's supposed to be. That's what I'm just saying. So I feel like when they do a statutory rape case, because like a mother, two people be in love, and a mother will turn around and say, "Oh, will always say, "Oh, my daughter was raped by this man," and the daughter really loves this guy, and he really loves her, and then it's just like she's 16 and he's 19 or 18. You understand what I'm saying? That's statutory rape because he's of age and she's not. That's why I said it should be a little more
The people's line
sensitive.
says, "What if she can consent to one, she can consent to another."
I agree. I do feel
If
like,
these,
and I'm speaking from experience. I did consent to sleep with a man. My mother told us no sex, but I consented to it. And she was aware I was dating him, but I don't think that he should have went to jail for dating me. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like it all depends on the situation. I feel like some things you really need to look at. Like now, if you got a 12-year-old, because there's a certain age for statutory rape in the law. It's like a certain age. So I think it's 12 and up is statutory rape. I believe I'm like 90% sure that I'll get back to you about that. But if she's 12 and he's 30, I'm like, okay. But then, what if she's the one pursuing him? Or, like there's like things to do it. Like people gotta remember
I mean,
some
but when
women,
you say she
some women
pursued
who are
him, it's
molested,
like,
listen.
okay, like,
No, some women who
girl,
are
like,
molested, listen, some
I'm
women who are
definitely
molested.
looking at the man a little funny if
No,
he's
I'm
like,
gonna
oh
look at him
yes,
funny, but
he
like I
was.
said, it all depends on the situation. Because again, like 12 is a little different for me. That's a little iffy. But I feel like once you hit that 15, once you're in high school, I'm gonna give you 15 and up. Once you're in high school, I feel like you already know what you want to do. You know what I mean? You already got that personality. You're not the little, because when you go into high school at 14, you're shy. You're coming off of junior high school, so this is a bigger building. There's a lot more people. It's like going from a
So you
small
think
town.
sophomore year,
Uh-huh.
starting your sophomore year in high school?
You're more adjusted. I feel like you're
I
more
say
adjusted.
junior. I say 16. I feel
No, I
like
say 15 because
I
15.
feel
Listen,
like when you hit 16, it's like, all right, girl, like, girl, you know what's up. 15,
I feel
not
yeah.
so much.
No,
I
15
feel
for
like
me.
I feel like 15 is like your rebellious year. Cause you already know you finna hit 16. You like fuck this shit.
That's
I'm
why I
finna
say
get a
15. You're
car.
kind
I'm
of.
finna get all of this. Like,
That's why I say
so I don't
15.
know.
I
I
say
think
15. Like
16. I say
I feel like from
16.
junior high school down. I feel like from junior high school down, you're in a bubble. I feel like when you hit 14 and you go to high school, your bubble is bursted. So you're like this small town person in the big city now. So it's like your eyes are open. So you're a little more vulnerable. But I
Yeah.
feel like when you hit 15, you done been in that school a year. You got the gist of shit. You understand what
No,
I'm
not
saying?
for everybody. See, and that's the thing. Not for
Let
everybody.
me
It
ask you a
don't work
question.
like that for everybody.
You came from you were born in New York. Let's get this right. You were born in New York.
I
You
was
were
born in
raised
Brooklyn.
down south. Yes, you were raised down south, right?
Yeah.
Your first year visiting New York. In the beginning, you were with the bright lights. You see what I'm saying? You were like a deer in
What you
headlights,
mean
right?
when I moved back as
When
an
you moved
adult?
up here as an adult, we're talking about as an adult, because you were up here as a
It's
kid.
funny you say that
The
because New
first year
York
you
was
were like
very
a deer in
familiar.
headlights,
It
huh?
was familiar, but I was definitely like engaged more.
A
Yeah.
deer, you were like a deer in headlights. You were doing things that normally down south would fly, and you did it in New York thinking it was. Remember how you lost your purse? I remember. You remember that story? Remember the
I
conversation me and
remember
you had?
the.
Remember that conversation me and you
Hmm.
had? And I said, Christina, why
Hmm.
the hell did you leave your purse in coat check? And you was like, but that's what we. And I was like, that is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life. But again, you were a deer in headlights. You see what I'm saying? Christina,
Yeah.
would you leave your purse in coat check now?
Nope.
Exactly. Didn't you learn? This is why I say 14 is just like that. You're like, oh shit, this is new. Oh, he's cute. Oh, what's that? Oh,
But I
but
felt
by
like it wasn't
15,
until I turned 16. It wasn't until like I was
no, but
like
I'm
a
saying your first
junior
year
in this
there.
shit that I was just like,
But
okay.
you,
Cause
yeah,
you
but I,
still learning at 14, 15. Like you're still
but you
learning,
learning,
but
but you understand. You know what it is. You know that oh, that jock, he's trying to have sex with a whole bunch of girls. You still like him. You might think he's cute. You might be like, I want to, but I don't want to have sex yet. So you might be a little shy. You understand what I'm saying? But you would know if you see that teacher. Because let me tell you something. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not to put my business out there. When we were in junior high school, there was this teacher. I follow him on Facebook too. Sexy. Joey must have heard. Joey knows who he is because he was a teacher in 55.
You're a freak.
Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde. He looked it like Malik Yoba. And I knew it was real because when mother came for open school,
Really, Laura? Really?
yes.
55? Mr.
Oh,
Hot? Oh
when
my
my
God.
mother
I
came
remember
to
when he
school
started
for
at
opens,
55.
because Mr. High was my first. They were my first male. He was my first male teacher. Prior to that, all my teachers were females. So when I got to junior high school, I was sixth grade. I was a big girl, like not comfortable in my skin. He was my first male teacher. I had like the ultimate crush on him, and I knew I wasn't crazy because my mother seen him and was like, he was sexy. She was like, "Damn, he's sexy, Laura," and I was like, "Okay, so I'm not crazy." And sixth grade, I was coming into my I was uncomfortable with my body, and more like not uncomfortable, but like I seen boys were cute, but I was a bigger girl, and I had the unibrow, and the boys weren't looking at me like they were looking at the other girls, and we grew up, we struggled, we didn't have a lot, so I didn't have name brand clothes and nothing like that.
yeah.
So Mr. Hyde told me, you just got to be comfortable with yourself, right? That was the fifth. That was in sixth grade. In eighth grade, my ass had slimmed down, eyes on my shit. I was in love. I used to wear outfits to try to get his attention. I was
Oh, well,
I was 14, okay? I wanted his attention.
what was it? The Click?
Yeah,
The Click?
the click. I was me and my little friends.
That was
We all loved,
the
like
Click.
we all was into, like most of us, me and my best friend too. But we put him in an awkward situation. We asked him a sex question, and he was just like shocked, you know what I mean? But I also wasn't built like a 14-year-old. You understand what I'm saying? I used to have grown men hollering at me at 14. So, like, again, I didn't know a lot, but at the same time, I thought he was sexy. And if he gave me the time of day, I was down for whatever. I knew that.
But in actuality, in reality, it wouldn't have been right.
No, he didn't. But he was he was a much. I don't think he was much older than me because I want to say at that time he could have been about 25. You know what I mean? But he never.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He never pursued anything, or he never tried anything. But it didn't stop me from trying to look sexy every day at school. Dan sure didn't stop me from trying. Now, if I would have
I don't think
down,
I ever had a fine teacher like that. I don't think I ever had like a teacher that was just like, damn, he fine.
If I would have
I had female teachers that I would have took down in high school.
It was
Piper.
I had a few.
I would have took down in high school. I took down a few teachers in high school.
I had a few.
I mean, yeah, that's because it's a lot of female teachers. I'm talking about like male teachers. It wasn't.
That's the difference. That's why I say it's a lot more female. So my first male teacher, girl, my hormone, I knew then I was hot in the pants. I was only like 14. When I was in junior high school, my first year I was 12. 11 going on 12. I was 11 going on 12. My hot ass was like, ooh, look at this. He is gorgeous. Ooh, and then I was in love with New York Undercover. I was in love
Oh
with
my God.
And he looked just like a bald-headed girl, chocolate. I knew them chocolate men was my thing. I knew what it was. I was a buck with myself. I was like, damn. Malik Yoba was my shit. But that's my point. Like, I was my first male teacher. From kindergarten all the way to 5th grade, I had all female teachers. Never one male teacher.
I mean, there was them classes, like those teachers that I had were males, but that was like obvious because like our gym teachers were often like the football coaches, the basketball coaches, that sort of thing. So, the only time I had a male teacher was when I was in the gym, but other than that, I had one that he taught sociology. He was my sociology teacher, and he was a white man. But he was fine. He was one of them fine white men. Like, like one of them, when you come across like that one blonde hair, blue-eyed creature, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. You look a little. You're not like the other one. Like, what's going on?
The one that you like, yeah, you could get it.
Y'all nasty. They teachers.
Yeah, but
y'all shouldn't be looking at teachers this way.
I mean,
They teachers.
I don't care. I looked at my teachers. I don't care. I looked at my female teachers.
We know.
Macho was probably got babies with his teachers.
I had a couple of teachers.
Yeah. I feel like Joy would have been that one that was just like, you know what, I'm gonna risk it all. He's like, I'm gonna risk it all on that
But
one.
I have a question because my son Carlos is gonna be 18, and he's still in high school.
Okay.
So if he talks to a girl that's 15, is that considered statutory rape?
Yes, his grown ass know better than that. He knows better than that.
I know what is considered. I don't think it should be.
That shouldn't be, because he's still a teenager. He doesn't know better.
I feel like 16 is too low. 16 and up. 16 and up. Like,
but you can't stop, and you can't stop somebody from. You can't stop him from locking somebody. But what if he been with that girl since he was 17? So what? Well, my thing is, what if he been with that girl since he was 17? What if he been with that girl?
His wife can
What if he been with that girl since they was started high school together? Well, he started high school. She was in junior high. And he was still underage.
Joey.
Nah. He shouldn't go to jail.
Because I say 16 and up only because I've had friends, like actual friends, who were in that situation. And I ain't gonna put names out there because I know some of my people's at home, they watch this shit, so I'm gonna keep names nameless. But there was this one incident that happened, and the girl consented to having sex with this older man. Well, he was 18 because he stayed back, whatever the case may be, and fucked his wife up before it even started. Because what ended up happening was she got pregnant. Parents was asking who was the father. She sat there and said it was him. Lied and sat there and said it was rape. 16 and up.
I don't know. I'm
Even at
funny.
15,
At
even at
18,
16
if
and
I
up.
seen I looked at girls that was like 15 and 16. I felt like they still had the baby milk breath. Like I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, it's like, why would you even like? You're
I don't know.
18,
That's
so why
that
would
was
you
just
even
me though.
want to like look at a 15-year-old? Like
but what
that
if they've
is
been
so
together
like
already?
not even
That's
your
the thing.
league.
But what
That's
if
not
they've
even
been
your
together?
league.
But what if they've been together? They've been working
It's
for a
no
while.
if about that, Joe.
It is if
Yeah,
there's
but
a
that,
if they've
but
been together.
that
If
is
he's with
issues
her,
that happens. That's
if
issues
he's
that
with her
happen.
and
Like,
she's 14, he's 17. They still underage.
That's why
Or
I said, like, yeah, I feel like I
hmm
she's
feel
13 and
respectful.
he's 16. They're still underage. So it's okay
My
for him
thing
to
is,
date her
once you're
then.
15, 17, 18, and 19, you should have this teenager shit on lock. You should already
They're not
know.
going to. That's the problem. It's not gonna happen.
I'm
I could
sorry,
agree
a
with you
16,
if you're
17, 18,
25.
19-year-old talking to anybody below 16 to me is a rapist.
Nah, because
Yeah.
then you call
Yeah.
Carlos a rapist.
Yeah.
Because then you
Who?
call my son a rapist. You call him a rapist because he's with a girl
He's
who's 3 years
18
younger.
talking to a 15-year-old, Joey?
He has a girlfriend 3 years younger than him.
How old is she?
17.
She's 17. It's fine.
No,
What are you talking about?
he's 17.
How old is she?
I just said she's 3 years younger.
14, Joey.
Yes. So you calling him a rapist for somebody that's in his age group?
Well, first of all, they have to be having sex for it to be rape. If they dating, it's not having
Are they
sex.
fucking? Are they having sex, Joey?
Well, I know my son is sexually active, yes. I don't know if he's sexually active with her, but I know he's sexually
Joey,
active,
she's
yes.
14. What are you saying? What are you talking about?
They're still in the same age group.
That
I
is
don't
not the
listen.
same age group, Joey. What are you saying?
Yes, it is.
Am I wrong? Like, hold on. Okay. Your son is 17 and he's 14. Joey, that is not in the same age group.
So if she was
That's not the same
18,
age group, Joey.
if she's 18 and he's 21, it's okay, but it's not okay if she's
Joey,
underage
yes, it's
and it's
okay.
allowed.
Like, by law, she's an adult.
And by
She's an
law,
adult
when she
by
turns 15,
18.
by law, by 15, she's gonna be able to consent, and nobody's gonna say nothing.
Yeah, but that's
So
okay. So first of all, you're talking as if we know he's having sex with her. You don't know if he's having sex with her.
True
And you
enough.
don't know.
He said he's sexually active.
No,
Joey
no.
said
Just
he's
because he's
sexually
had sex
active.
before doesn't mean that he's
So,
having sex with her.
I told you no.
okay, granted.
And
However,
we're not going to
still,
have
I
this
don't
conversation
think they
because
should even be dating.
I definitely don't
Honestly,
want. We're not going to
I
definitely
don't
use
think
him
they
as
should
an
even be
example.
dating. But that's
And
none of
here's
my
why.
business.
Listen, first of all, we're not going to use him as an example because you don't know who watching or
Joey threw him out there. I didn't throw
might
him
try
out there.
to say
Joey
that
threw
there's
him out
something
to the
going
wolves.
on. We don't know that they're
Joey
having
threw his
sex or not,
son to the
so
wolves. I
we're
didn't
just gonna
do
leave
it.
it at that with him. As far as like age, I don't think that that's that. I don't think that's us. I don't think that their age is wrong. I'm gonna say that. I feel like
Hold on,
Joey is
wait,
only
because Lord,
3.
now you lagging, child. It might be me.
I feel like it's only a 3-year difference. I get what you're saying, but they're both in high school, and if they're dating, and their parents consent to them dating, then I don't think it's anything wrong with that. I just feel like there's 3 years. It happens. There are girls who are sophomores and end up dating seniors. There are girls who are freshmen and end up dating juniors. It happens in high school. We all know that. And it's age difference depending on when your birthday falls. You understand what I'm saying? Because if your birthday falls at a certain time, you might be younger. Like people whose birthday is before January, their birthday is
I
they're
mean, Laura,
younger
I
than
get
people.
the birthday thing. I understand that, but
So I feel like it all depends on like the situation. It just
I,
I feel like with statutory rape, it's a situation thing to me. It's a case by case basis. It's not clad evidence. You cannot make the decision because you can meet somebody who's like a prime example. You can tell somebody like they said in the thing. You can consent for one thing, you can't consent for another. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you say that she's able to consent to have sex with somebody that's her same age, why she can't consent to have sex with somebody who's a couple of years older than her? Now we're not talking about a 25-year-old. We're talking about we're not going to use him, but in general, a 3-year difference is not 10-year difference. It's not 5-year difference. You understand what I'm saying? So you're
a
not
three,
talking
but
about
Laura, but okay, I get that, but we're talking about a 3-year difference in terms of teenage years. I'm talking about, again, I don't mean to
Me,
toot your son,
listen,
but
me and
you took
Sawanda,
him to the wolves. You did that.
me and
I didn't
Saw,
do that.
me and Sawanda
You
used to
took him
mess
out
around.
there.
Me and
Huh?
Sawanda, me and Sawanda when we met and we was messing around, I was 14 and she was 12.
She was what?
I was 14, she was 12. Then I turned 15, she turned 13. I turned
Okay,
16, she turned
okay.
14.
I can't.
So we
I
was,
can't.
and
I can't.
look
that's
at
what I'm
I
saying.
and
It's
can't.
look at
based
us now.
I can't.
That's what I'm
I
saying. You get what
can't.
I'm saying? Like
Well,
it's a
nah.
2-year difference.
Hold on, puppy.
Mm-mm.
Who will
I
use
just
yourself
look
as an
at
example?
I just look at 16 and up a little bit differently than I look at 15 and under. Well, 16 and under. That's
Because
just
Boo
how
Boo's
I look at it. I just look at it a little bit different. I look at those
No.
15 through 19-year olds as the adults, and those 16 unders, I look at them as children
But
still
you
like
know
that.
why
But
you look
that's
at it like that? I'm gonna tell you why you look at it like that right now. Because the laws down south with 16-year-olds and the laws up here with 16-year-olds is different. Yeah.
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 because I know you
16.
can consent to sex, but it's at 16. You can consent
Yeah,
to
you see
sex
up
at
here is 18.
16. A female, a female is an adult at 18, and a man is an adult at 21. That's
But you
how.
see,
So
That's you know what I
now look
mean.
what you just said.
So
Look what you just said. Listen to what you
now
said.
that's
Based
why
on the rules you
down there
just said.
you could consent at 16. Up here is only at 18.
But
So when you
listen,
look at 16 and say you grown, we look at it like nigga, you ain't grown till you hit 18.
yeah, but listen, I'm gonna use her what she just said for an example. You just said a female is grown at 18 and a
we're not
male is
talking
grown
about
at
maturity, Laura. I
no no
see
no
where
no
you
no no
finna
no
go
no
with
no.
this.
I'm saying that's what you just said. You said down south you could consent at 16.
Yes,
A
for a
female is
female.
considered an adult.
Yeah.
A female is considered an adult at 18. A man is considered an adult at 21. So if a man is 18 dating a 15-year-old, he's technically not considered an adult down south, based on what you just said. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like we
You keep
giving credit.
lagging, Laura. You gonna have to bear with me, okay?
I'm not
Okay.
lagging. Am
No,
I
I
lagging?
know you're not, but I'm getting lag on my end from you. So what I'm saying is you're
She need a
lagging
new
a little
service.
bit.
So where
T-Mobile is
did I?
working just fine for me.
Clearly
T-Mobile is
not.
working just fine for me.
What am okay? Where did I leave off with you?
You
I
said
was
something
so
about an
slow.
18-year-old man having sex
You
with.
said down south, a man is not considered an adult till he is 21. I said
Yes, true.
by the rule that you provided us with, if a man is 18 and he's messing with a 15-year-old, technically he's not considered an adult.
I'm sorry, Laura, but I cannot get this justified. I'm sorry, but that's not. No, you can't
I'm
justify
saying what
that.
you just said. That's what you said. Technically, based
Can we
on what
get to
down
it,
south
Laura? Like I'm trying to like. Where you going with this?
I just told you, based on the information you provided, if they don't consider him an adult, how is it statutory rape?
Laura, I didn't bring up. You brought up statutory rape. Look, sis, you
I'm
keep
done
getting cut
talking to
off.
you.
No, Laura was saying. Listen.
She's-
Laura was saying.
You ain't
You,
gotta
with the
break.
rules
I
you
know
said
what
of
she's
down.
saying, but get to the point. What is the point?
Is it
If
really?
he's not considered an adult until he's 21, how is it statutory
Okay.
rape at 18?
Because
she's
he can
asking.
have sex. You can consent to sex at 16. You're considered an adult at 21. You can have sex, but if he's 18 and fucking, he can consent to it, so it's cool. That's
No,
why.
but you're not
I'm
listening to
not
what I'm
saying that
saying.
he can't have
I'm
sex
saying if
until
he's
21.
having sex with a 15-year-old, right?
Okay. Yeah,
And
it's
and
rape.
he's 18, you said he's not an
Yeah,
adult
because she
down
can't
south.
consent to it. She can't consent to it.
So
She's
if
not
he's
of age to
16,
consent to it.
if she's 16 and he's 19,
Then
it's
she
okay.
can consent to it, Laura. What is so hard to see in that? You don't
But
get
you're
what
saying
I'm
he's
saying?
not an adult. That's what I'm saying.
Laura,
You say
just
he's
because
not
you're
an
not
adult.
an adult doesn't mean you can't consent to sex at a certain age. You
Yeah,
can
you
consent
you
to
well,
sex
who
at the
you
age
can
of
say at any
16
age.
for men and women.
You can
You're an
consent to sex
adult
at
at
any
18
age.
for women.
But you can
Laura,
consent to sex at any age.
Laura, because now what you're doing, legally you can consent to sex at 16. There, you happy? Because you're not gonna
Legally?
stop.
No, I'm saying you said you can consent to sex at 16. You can consent to sex at any
Laura,
age.
but you know what? We obviously we're talking about Georgia and their
No, but I'm
standards.
saying I know.
So
And
why
I
would
get
you
what
even
you're saying.
ask that if you know we're talking about Georgia and Georgia
But
standards?
in Georgia, okay, but so you're telling me people don't have sex before 16?
They do. They very well do have sex before
Exactly.
16. But by law,
So you can.
Laura,
So
because
if
what
you
we're
can, if you
talking
have
about
sex,
is
I want to know what
statutory
this law.
rape.
What
Laura,
happens?
what we're talking about.
No, listen.
What
No,
we're
we're
talking
talking about
about is
statutory rape.
statutory
So
rape.
what
Okay,
happens
next
if
fucking
two
subject.
15-year-old?
Shit. Next
If
subject,
two
girl, because we're not gonna see
15-year-olds,
eye to eye with this one. Because now
if
you're
two
going
15-year-olds,
around the world, and I don't know why you're
I'm not
taking it
going around.
around the
I'm asking you a
world.
question. I don't know Georgia
Laura,
rules. You was in Georgia, so you're gonna answer Georgia rules questions.
Laura, we changing the subject, girl, because this ain't it. This one ain't it.
So Laura, I'm just gonna say I was raped at 14 because the girl I had sex with to lose my virginity was 4 years older than me.
Kareem was 3 years older than me.
So I was wrong for what I did to Sawanda. Oh man,
Yes.
I'm going to jail.
We're not even gonna talk about that because that was
Why not?
12. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but he was 16, she was 14.
I was
that
16,
is
she was
what?
14.
But I mean,
I
like
was
I
16,
said,
she was
I'm not the
14.
judge. I can't
18,
In
judge
Christina's
she was
eyes,
16.
you're only allowed to have sex at
I
16.
was having sex at those early years too, so I'm not the one to
I mean,
judge.
but why is it okay that me and her is now married and we got kids together? It's okay for us to, be good now. But during our teenage years, that would have been a nasty thought.
I mean, because
I
at
wouldn't.
12 and 14, we're taught that, we're not even supposed to be thinking about sex at those ages. We're supposed to be
Oh,
nosing our
and
books,
she was fully
studying,
developed by
doing
that
all this
time. It's
other
not like
stuff. So,
and she was developed by that time. It was not like she had little bee stings or anything like that. She
but
was really.
it doesn't matter.
It
Because
doesn't. But
now what
at
you're
the same
doing,
time,
you're
she was only
sexualizing
2
the
years
woman's
younger than me.
body.
She's
You're
on. She's only
sexualizing.
3. She's only 3 years younger than me. I'm 20. I'm 28. She's 25.
But at the time, you was 14 and she was 12.
I mean, we ain't
That's
do
what we
nothing when she
talking
was
about. We got
12.
to talk about now.
We ain't do nothing when she was 12. But we started off, like messing around and little touchy here and little bullshit here and there and
Yeah,
all
and it's
that at
like,
that time.
granted, kids do shit, but like,
I feel like I stand by what I say. Statutory rape is a case-to-case basis. It shouldn't be generalized for an age number because that doesn't make sense to me. Because
The
you
only
can't
thing I
tell
don't.
but
somebody.
take
The
your
only
ass
thing I
down
don't agree
there.
with it.
And you can
The only
live
thing
in
I don't.
you can good with those rules and regulations.
The only thing I don't
Yes,
agree with it
that's
is
by
the fact
law.
that
That's what
if
happens by law. So if somebody at 18 years old is fucking with somebody at that's 15 or 14, they go into jail, and that's just
They
don't
can't
that
go
on
to
that.
jail. We defunding the
They are
police.
going to jail because
They
it's
can't go to jail.
statutory
We
rape.
defund.
Laura, really?
the
That's
the
not
only
right,
f-
Laura.
the only fact that I don't agree with that is
Wait, I missed it. What
like if
happened?
they
Because y'all is
if
PTing over there, and I missed that whole
if
joke.
if
Laura
dude is
said he can't
16,
go to jail because we're defunding the police.
Well, hell, we
But
ain't
after
defunding y'all enough because y'all ass telling me now all of a sudden y'all got third party items, third party people paying y'all to work on sets and shit like that. I didn't
they're
even
not
know
third
about
party.
that.
You didn't know that? The shit. First of all, construction sites pay the
Talking
department
about in
too.
order for good evening hustle number 3 in chat. What's up, Foot Soldier? Oh, Foot Soldier, you a little late. Normally you on time. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
but
Foot
even
no,
Soldier's
9
but
real
you
o'clock.
late.
said the people now said we didn't get they didn't get notifications.
Yeah, they're not get, for some reason,
Oh,
a lot
I
of people
got it
don't
though.
get
I got one
notification.
on mine.
I got a
Yeah,
notice too.
I got the notification that popped up. I shared it on Facebook.
I ain't sharing it on
But
Facebook. I'm tired of sharing y'all. The family don't support. I'm feeling some type of way about that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna do a whole episode on that. I'm gonna do a whole episode on that family.
uh
Yeah, it's
it's
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy how we get support from strangers. You know, like Foot Soldier. She ain't stranger no more. But people
No,
that
she
we grew up
family.
with, that we share bloodline with, huh,
Mm-hmm.
They're not jumping on the chat.
huh,
Only
well,
People's Lounge.
yeah.
transitioning from that.
Some of them mad because I'm the favorite cousin. Yeah.
The hate is real.
Some of
That's
them
the
mad because I'm
real
the
hate.
favorite cousin.
That's the real hate.
Wait, who's
That's
the
okay.
favorite cousin?
Boo boo.
I am.
Favorite
That's what he
cousin
gonna
to
I'm,
change his
who?
I'm the
name
real
to. Favorite
MVP.
cousin.
I was always the favorite cousin. Laura just didn't know it yet.
Well, for one, I have a favorite cousin.
Who's your favorite cousin?
I don't think I
You can
have
sit.
one. I think I just love that. Honestly.
I have a
I was
couple
always the
favorite
favorite
cousins.
cousin.
I have a couple of favorite cousins. They know who they are.
I was always the favorite cousin. Laura just didn't know it yet.
Oh, you I ain't know it yet. That's how they go.
You ain't know it yet. It's all right though. I'm always cooler. Yeah.
Right.
That's how it's
So
supposed
Open
to
the
Nikki,
be.
door, Theo.
Who you
Listen,
pick up?
my father got to bring you the pack. This is all my mother could give you
Don't
right now. All
worry
right.
about it, man. That's no
That's
problem.
rice, beans, and pork loin. All right. I made it myself. So you better tell me how it is. All right.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
All right,
Don't
Theo.
tell me not to forget.
I won't. I'll tell
All
him.
right.
All right. I'll
All
talk to you
right.
later.
Oh, boo. Foot Soldier says so. He always a favorite cousin for Foot Soldier. He my favorite
I'm the
cousin. This
favorite.
guys.
All right,
This guys.
we're not gonna talk about it next
he's
time. We're gonna
Laura's
talk about it
favorite
right now.
cousin.
We're gonna talk about it right now. Why is
What
it
we gonna talk
family
about?
not? Why is the family not supporting us?
I don't know what they're
Because
If we gonna get into something, I don't even want to
First of all,
get into
because
then we
if
start
you pay
talking
attention,
here.
we the lightest
We
Fuck
gonna
ones.
get
that.
into something. I don't want to get into.
Everybody else got more melanin than us. We the lightest ones. That's why.
I know I'm the
It's a light
lightest.
skin versus dark skin war. That's what
No.
it
You know
is.
what it is? I'm gonna be
Nah,
honest with you. This is what I think it is. Let me tell you something. First of all, we all know how this whole shit started. So this whole thing started when we had our bad times. We were having like Zoom conversations. We were bugging out. So this is how this whole shit started, right? But I feel like as we got back to some form of normal, is it not just me or like the family group chat died, the Zooms died?
Just branched off.
Yeah, like
yeah, it
everybody
did.
just like it
It
ended. Like when I was in the hospital, I remember talking to so many people on Zoom. You know what I mean? And then now I'm looking at it
Mm-hmm.
like we're not seeing that many
Honestly,
people.
I talk to y'all more than I talk to anybody else.
No, I do. I always talk to y'all. Like that's different. And worse now, even more now that we have our little house number 3 group chat or whatever. And
But
we're
I
doing our
talk to y'all
things.
more. I talk to Boo Boo damn near almost every day.
Yeah, me and Joey talk at least twice, 2-3 times a week. Like
No, but that's the same. But y'all
No,
on
but
a
that's
regular basis.
just
That's y'all. With me, y'all on a regular basis. Like, but I remember getting phone calls from other people.
Yeah, we were definitely getting a lot of different chats. Like the older generation, I'm not gonna say as much, but more of the younger generation. So I find that we're
Well,
not getting that same energy. Well, I mean, we know some of them don't like us because we sexy, but
That's besides the point. I didn't even get into that.
but
Let me get into
like
that.
I do feel like I don't get to support. Like I'm okay with that. You know, they don't have to definitely support. I'm
I
okay
like
with
the
that.
chat. I like the
I
chat
like
with the
chatting with
four
y'all.
that.
Like it has nothing to do with
I like the
anybody
chat.
else, other than the fact that I'm probably gonna get off this chat in a little bit because my phone's gonna die. I'm on 26%,
Why you
and
didn't
I'm
put it on the
comfortable.
charger?
Because my long charger is broken. I gotta use the short charger. I have another long charger, but the energy it takes to get it out, I haven't yet to do. It took me
Where
like
the hell
2
is
weeks
it
to
at?
throw the long charge. It's like right up because you know you those of you who've been in my room, which is Boo Boo and Joey, y'all know it's not that much space. So it's literally like I probably could reach and dig for it, but it's too much energy. It's too much energy. So yeah.
Listen, my child over here pretending to cough like if he's sick.
He better keep that cold. Well, he better get it together because he ain't come to my house for Thanksgiving. He got a cold.
listen.
He
Tell him
don't
not
have
to
a
be
cold.
coughing like that. He coughed
He's
like that in school. They gonna isolate his ass.
yeah.
They finna throw his ass right in the bookings. They got them cages that Biden and them built. Throw his ass right in that motherfucker. They be like, we don't know where he from. He Mexican, Puerto Rican, Greening. They don't know what the fuck he came from.
all
But
I'm
this
gonna
is
say is, if I don't get no Thanksgiving invitation nowhere, I'ma really feel some type of way.
you're
So
supposed to
I
be
don't
coming
know
to the
who
Bronx.
house we going over. I don't know who house we going over. I don't know who's cooking.
Well, you
All
know
I know
you.
is,
Who were you cooking?
if I don't get no Thanksgiving invitation,
Nah,
oh
I'm not
damn
cooking.
well. Okay, we'll see about 2021.
You what you mean? No, you not coming to the house?
Did I get an invitation?
He's inviting you now.
I don't know.
Ain't no damn
Like,
He
body
can't
inviting
invite
me
that
I
nigga
thought
to
nowhere.
that
the
was.
house.
I
I
just
heard
thought
the
that was
baby
a
going to
random.
Laura's house for
I thought that
Thanksgiving.
was a
I'm like,
given.
God damn, we already made Thanksgiving
No,
plans.
no,
No,
no, no, no,
y'all
no.
know
Hold on, hold on,
damn
hold on,
well
hold
I'm
on,
over
hold
here
on.
by
I'm not
myself.
going. I don't have
And
nothing in my house. I wasn't.
uh-huh.
There's nothing going on in my house. I'm going to Boo Boo house.
Okay.
I'm finna be at Boo Boo house with the flung and
I thought that was
Uncle
a
Enrico.
given.
Yo, I'm
Oh
coming with two
wow.
bottles.
Yeah.
So we're bringing dishes. Wow. I'm really glad I said something because I would have been
No, no, no.
SOL
Hold on,
if
hold
I
on,
would
hold on. We
have
were
Well,
dub.
said
Me and
anything.
Joey was
And
dub. We supposed to be in Long Island.
we
We
were
were
supposed to be in Long
dub.
Island. We got dubbed by Nicole.
Nicole dubbed us. So
But we
then we had to
understand.
jump on
I
Boo Boo.
understand. I understand. You know, I
I
understand
understand her reasoning.
the
We're not
COVID. You
knocking
know, she
her
doesn't
reason
want
for
to.
dubbing us.
You know, when it comes to the thing. But like Boo Boo says, we thought
We
that
were
was a
dubbed.
given.
We were
We thought
dubbed.
hell,
you're going to
how
Boo Boo
you
house. We
think
thought
that's
that
a
was a
given? I've
given.
never been. Hell,
You
it's
never
not
been
a
what to
given
Boo
for
Boo
my
house?
ass. I'm waiting
You
for
ain't
an
never been to Boo Boo
Later,
invitation.
house?
later.
Have you ever been to Boo
I
Boo
have
house?
been to Boo Boo house, but not
Okay.
on Thanksgiving.
Oh, so you just mad because you don't have? Oh, because you're not the. See, you're not the favorite cousin. I got pop up privileges. I just pop up randomly. I just happen to be a pop up.
Sis,
Well, I don't have the
y'all are
pop-up privileges for
y'all are each
myself.
other's favorite cousin. Okay.
For myself, but
No,
the
I
baby has
listen.
pop-up privileges.
Oh, the baby had pop up. You don't have it. You don't have to have it. The baby does. But yeah, no, wait. I got pop up privileges. I just come over anytime. Just boom. I come over after work. Hey, I came to see what y'all cooking. I'm hungry.
Yeah, girl,
And
I
then
ain't
my
got no pop-up privileges.
oh, I got pop up
Shit,
privileges.
I like to be invited places. I don't just pop
Oh,
up
I don't
and,
need to
and
be
I
that's
invited.
get
anywhere.
First
listen.
of
I
all,
That's
get
family,
told,
that's
"What are you
anywhere.
doing?
Shit.
Nothing. Just come to the house. We'll throw something on the barbecue. We'll just
Yeah,
cook
that's
Yeah,
something. Just come." That's all I get told. So I don't
that's
even.
the
If I want to go to
summertime.
their house,
right. But I've
I
gotten
just tell.
invited damn near everywhere.
Listen. If I want to go to Boo Boo house, I'll be like, "Yo, I'm on my way." That's what I would tell them. Just bring a bottle or something, and
Yeah, I'm not
that's
like
it.
that. I don't just pop up
I'm sorry.
unless you my man.
So you're not.
See,
So you're not our
that's why you get
family.
the
No,
you get the
that's not what I'm
wow.
saying. What I'm saying is I would
You
rather
got the
be invited somewhere rather than just, oh, bitch,
Yeah,
just
but
come
first of all,
on.
if you
Like,
don't
Listen,
have, let's start with Thanksgiving.
Christina.
If you don't have plans for Thanksgiving, you supposed to put it out there like, I don't have plans for
No, y'all
Thanksgiving.
supposed to invite me. Hell, y'all know.
All
Y'all know
right,
I ain't
Christina.
over here by my
Christina,
little
Christina, be
Christina.
lucky.
hell.
Be lucky. I don't know where you live at. All right. Because I'd have been. I don't want to hear none of that. You family. I'd have knocked on the door. You'd be like, "Oh," I'd be like, "Christina, put your tits away. Let's go. I want to come inside. Let's hang out."
Shit.
Like you know.
Like I said,
See, she ain't
y'all
tell
know I'm
nobody where
over
she
here by
lived
my
though, boo
damn
boo.
self.
Ain't nobody know where she lived though.
You know that,
She
right?
still
My
ain't tell
friends,
nobody. I
they
ain't
not
saying
having
nothing.
Friendsgiving because everybody want to go. Everybody want to go home.
Yeah, what that?
Everybody want to.
Go ahead,
That's
go lay
all
down, baby.
everybody want to do. Leave damn New York. Why?
I'm not leaving New York. I'm going to the Bronx.
I'm saying my
You are
friends
leaving
because
New
we
York though.
normally I be at a Friendsgiving or some shit, but Carrie
Mm.
going to Louis. I'm at Carrie going to Texas. It's like Lord have mercy,
What
Jesus.
about your boo thing? The boo things.
What about my boo thing? Talk about
The
Ooh.
whole
Kev.
things.
You
Yeah,
gotta. You gotta bring
I'm not
them.
going
I
home
want.
with
I
him
want
for
to meet one or the
Thanksgiving.
other.
What you mean?
But I want to meet one or the other. You gotta
you're
bring them.
not gonna meet the. You're not gonna meet. Oh, she
Listen,
ain't
I'm
bringing
not
them.
bringing nobody I'm dating around y'all crazy asses. I'm not.
Why not?
Not
You
one.
see,
No,
we
absolutely not.
crazy.
And what if this one is the
Listen,
one?
I'm the
What if
good
he's the
person.
one?
Yeah,
I'm a good person.
y'all not meeting him until that wedding day. Until the wedding
First of all,
day.
that's fucked up because what if
It is
you need to
fucked up. It's
introduce him
very
to the
fucked up. I
family?
know.
Let me tell you
It's
something.
very fucked up.
I don't.
Because
I
if you
don't
can't
meet
deal
them.
without crazy, you don't
But
need to
I
be
get.
marrying him.
If I don't meet them and I
Listen, he
get a
ain't
wedding
gonna be around y'all
invitation,
crazy asses long. Like, he's
if I
not.
don't meet them and I get a wedding invitation, you fucked up. I'm gonna be in there drunk. Ching ching ching. I'm gonna make a toast.
Not drunk.
I'm gonna come
Not
with a
Apparently,
drunk.
with some
Not
bell
drunk.
bottoms and some platform
I'm gonna
shoes
come
with
in
a
there
tight
fucked
sweat.
up. I'm gonna be banging the
There will be
glass
a
so it
dress code,
breaks.
and you will get turned around at the door. You
Everybody
will
gonna
get
look at me
turned
like
around
I'm
at the door.
crazy. I'm gonna sit there and say I want to make a toast. Christina, she's marrying Casper the ghost. Even though I never
Oh
met
no, baby.
him, I already
I'm not
knows.
marrying no Casper.
Wait, is this
I'm
is
not
this
marrying
Hold on,
boyfriend
him.
hold on,
A or
hold on,
boyfriend B?
hold on, hold on,
I
hold on.
would.
No, hold listen.
Oh,
Foot
you're
Soldier just said.
funny. Oh, you're
Foot,
funny. Oh, ha
Foot Soldier
ha.
just
You
said.
get a laugh
Y'all
for
supposed
that.
to invite her. So basically, she's telling People's Lounge, Boo Boo and y'all, Boo, to invite her to Thanksgiving.
No.
So you
I
have to
don't
Listen,
worry about
formally
that.
Oh, I'm
invite her.
invited now. Hell, we
hold on,
spoke
hold
about
on.
it. I'm invited
Let me clarify
now. You ain't
this.
really gotta invite me no more, but
Let
shit.
me clarify
Yeah,
this. Let me
I ain't know what
clarify
the hell
this.
you had going on.
In my household,
I ain't know
for
if the family was
families,
having Thanksgiving at
let
a
me
location or.
hold on. I'm gonna clarify this right now. My mother's my witness. In my household, for family and for friends that have been in my house more than 3 times, if I have to invite you for Thanksgiving, you are uninvited.
Facts.
It is a given.
Well, you gonna have to invite my
What
ass
you
Well, no,
then,
I
supposed
cause
to
mean,
do
yeah,
is
I
you
don't
I'm
give a
supposed to
more
fuck
than
call.
willing.
this much.
You supposed to
If
call
you
and
got
say,
like
"Are you
Christina
cooking?"
pull up,
That's
if
I'm
it.
you got
only gonna
like
say
Christina
this.
pull up,
No,
Christina,
well,
what you
Christina better
doing?
pull up with
Like,
something because
look,
she ain't coming empty
Yo,
handed.
Foot Soldier Christina is smart not to bring anyone she's dating around. You people, cousins or not.
All right, watch. I'm
That's what
telling you,
she
I'm
fact.
said.
gonna get. I'm gonna get that invitation to the wedding. I'm gonna sit there and say, "Congratulations to Christina." And is this boyfriend A or boyfriend B? B. Oh, I heard about you. You the one with the
I'm just gonna be
schlong. The
like
other one.
security.
I'm gonna sit
I'm
there
gonna
and
be
say,
like, hey,
"Oh,
get
I
him
heard
out of
about you.
here.
You the one with the schlong. The other ones."
And then
You
when you
good,
say
my
that,
man.
Hey,
boo,
somebody
look,
get him
when you
out of
say
here.
that, boo, I'm like, no, boo, that's the
Oh
wrong
shit.
one. Boyfriend, B had the, boyfriend A had the slow.
Oh, boyfriend B, you have a good heart. You have a good heart. Bless you, child.
That's what it is. Hell yeah.
Yo, they,
We gonna start all kinds of shit at your wedding. First
Listen,
of all,
that wedding is going to turn
you
into.
should want him to meet your family because if he can handle the crazy of your family and don't run, then he a good guy. Because he gonna handle your crazy. That's the truth.
that's what I'm
Well, I
saying.
All
mean,
I'm
him handling
saying
her
is,
alone says enough.
Yeah, but imagine double doses of
y'all
him.
not meeting my man until the wedding day. That's it.
So, Boo Boo, we're gonna get drunk, okay, Boo Boo? We're gonna make
Uh,
sure we make
No,
the
we gonna
toast.
walk in sober
And
though. We
your
gonna
ass
walk in
gonna get
sober,
drunk and your
but
ass
she
gonna
gonna
make a
turn us
damn fool out of
around,
yourself.
and then we're gonna
Cause
take
the
a
first
bottle of
time,
Patron to the head each.
Okay.
damn each. Y'all just trying
oh
to fuck up
man,
my wedding day, huh? Don't worry
Boo Boo,
about
you
it.
have a lot of mouth. That's what Foot Soldier said.
Yes, I do. Listen, let me tell you something. If you ain't meet my mother, my mother is the gateway. She's the one to give you the warning. Warning. I'm the child. I am the one.
Not the one. The parents knew exactly
I
was
am the
going
one.
on. They were paid like they didn't know. Oh wait,
She's talking about
she's
the R.
talking
Kelly
about.
situation.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
R.
we
oh
know.
Kelly.
yeah,
Oh,
and
it's
another thing, just in
lagging.
case, just no, just in case you didn't know, when we go live, anybody that get on late, they can actually pull the thing back to when we started
Yeah,
and
Todd tells me
rewatch
that. She says
the whole
when
thing.
she's watching it from the beginning. She also when her comments
Oh
come,
yeah.
they come late to us. I need
Yeah.
I
some
mean, I
more.
know about that. I just don't comment because I know it's obvious to come in late.
Boo
Like
boo, we're gonna do our thing
especially if
Saturday
I rewinded it to the beginning of the
All right.
live,
after I get
I
out of
just
work.
won't comment.
All right.
But
Saturday. I'll be home by 6 o'clock.
Got you.
Whatever. Y'all still ain't do it. I'm very upset.
We gonna do it. We were supposed to do it tomorrow. We're
Christina
gonna do it
hasn't done
Saturday.
another
You
one
just heard
either.
us.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
what
set
you
do
it up.
talking
it.
about?
I'm
That's
gonna
just
set it
good.
up.
Well, okay,
I'm
listen.
gonna
I'm
get
Oh,
gonna
a.
change the
Okay,
subject.
oh, definitely
so
for
we still
Soldier.
don't have a
I
president.
What?
You still don't have what?
I said we still
Nothing's
ain't
gonna
got a
happen.
president.
No, nothing's gonna happen till December.
well, Trump is still
No, they
president
in the
technically.
process. No. First of all, Trump is still the president. They're in the process of the fighting process. I told you there's a process.
Oh
There's
my
certain
god,
dates.
cause y'all are lagging. What?
It's the fighting
There are
process,
certain dates. It's the fighting process. He has the right to appeal everything. That's what he's doing.
and he's
But I
losing.
want to change the subject. I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about something crazy. I got a question.
Oh
Y'all
man,
ready?
go ahead.
So, um,
Hold on, real quick. Sorry, Laura. For Soldier, I don't take anything you say personal unless you curse me out. When you curse me out, then I cry to my mother. But besides that, I love you. You're my favorite.
and I
Ooh,
wait. Where Christina disappeared.
yeah,
So my
Yeah.
question is,
she's lagging. That's what it is.
yeah, everything with her is lagging. So she need a new service. I don't care about that. Maybe her Wi-Fi not good. If your
Yeah.
date, how do you know if somebody's interested in you?
How do you know
Like,
somebody's interested in you?
give
Yeah,
more
like what is
specifics. Like,
sign as a female? How do I know if a guy because I get confused with people. Like right now, y'all know my whole situation. So dating right now is a little complicated for me. So if I'm flirting with somebody, if I'm flirting with them, but I'm not 100% sure if they're flirting back, how would I know that they're flirting back?
Oh, you talking about from a how can a female know that a man is interested?
Yes.
All right. There's plenty and many of ways,
Mhm.
but one thing I could tell you right now is conversation.
Mhm.
In the conversation, if you sitting there, right, and y'all could find anything to talk about, right? I don't know, I don't want to say anything to talk about because that could just be a good friendship.
Well,
Yeah,
But
what
because
we
no,
talk
I went
about
through that
now?
with my bestie.
come
Like
back to me.
we
Let me
talk
let me
about
let me let me let me think about this because this is actually a good one.
no, because
What's how can
okay, so let me put you in my situation. So
all right.
I have somebody that I'm not gonna say how do I say this? I don't want to say that I'm 100% interested in them. So the question is, Christina, because you just came back in, the question is as a female, how do I know if I'm flirting with a guy, how do I know that he's flirting back? Now, so I'm not gonna say I looked at them 100% like, oh, I would definitely like be interested in them. Kind of recently started having like these thoughts about them or whatever, like, oh, this is a cute dude or whatever. The conversation has been like, I'm basic. Today went a little left, and I'm like, okay, but I don't also want, but I'm a firm believer in guys. They like pussy, and if you're gonna talk sex with them, then they're gonna talk sex with you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're interested in you. You understand what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I feel like I don't know how I'm supposed to know if they're 100% interested.
You got to figure out their flirt style. You understand?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
There's two different flirt styles. You and as a person who's lived their life, you should know this already. You got the strong flirters and you got the soft flirters. For example, if you sit there and you be the type that sit there and say, "Oh, I need a back massage," right? Your
Mhm.
strong flirters will be like, "Oh, I can help you and all this extra shit." You know, they jump on it. I'll rub your feet, whatever you want, but you gotta be naked. Strong flirters. Then you got the soft flirters who will sit there and throw the little hint out there and throw a little LOL afterwards because they trying to test your waters to see where you at with it.
So if they push the limit, so like let's say we're having a basic conversation and they push the limit, right?
Hmm.
They push the limit to where they're like let's suppose they say a comment or something on me, one of my emojis, and they ask like they're like you're not this, and I'm like, well, I'm that. Don't worry about it. You don't know my life, like, cause that's what it was. I have one of
Hmm.
my emoji on and don't judge me, nobody. My emoji on my iPhone. Is it the Bitmojis? That's the one it is that you can make
Yeah,
your face. The one with the dread, you know. All right, my
yeah.
Bitmoji on my iPhone is she has fangs. So the comment
All
was,
right.
"You're not a vampire." I sent them one of the emojis and you seen the fangs, and I was like, "You don't know my life." And then it was like, again, "You're not a vampire." And then I said, "Don't worry about my pervy ways. Don't worry about my pervy thoughts. Let's just it's no, I said it was my pervy something, just leave it alone." And then they were like, "No, explain." So I don't feel like that was flirting. I feel like they were just prying. And then I was just
Yeah,
like,
girl. He was
I
one of
was
the
like,
hard ones. He was
That's
a
yeah, he
testing
hard
the
kept
one.
waters.
no,
That's
but he
testing the
kept what I
waters.
said, what I said was
He's still
I kept
flirting,
pushing
but
it, brushing it off. I'm like, nah, like you don't want to know, like, don't
he's
worry about it.
flirting on he's just
Girl, he
flirting on
wants
the
to
low.
bet. He wants you to explain and talk dirty to him. That's it.
But another thing
But
though is
that's
that
my
you
thing.
don't want to know that you don't want to know part that's kind of a we take that as
I
a flirting thing
I
too.
mean, that's what
Like if
he's
I sit
giving
there,
off. Cause my thing
It
is,
makes you
you
pursue that
explain
female
to
more.
him.
yeah, but I eventually told him what it was. But then even when I told him, I generalized it. I was like, I like to things. I was like, I like to suck things. That's what I said. And then it was like what? What the fuck?
oh
Like
no, he no, he probably just want to fuck.
Cause he
that's
wants
what
you
He
I
to. He
probably
said.
wants
I'm
you
just
to
like,
be
yo,
in
probably
front
just
of.
want
Girl,
to
That's
he
what
fuck.
it
wants
is.
to fuck. He wants you to suck his
most
dick. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
that
That's
ain't
what
gonna
it
happen.
is.
Cause he
That
wants
ain't
you to
gonna.
specify. I cannot stand when you try to
That's
flirt
what.
and a guy tries to act all oblivious so that you can specify what it is you're talking about. I hate
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Me too. Like I don't.
See,
My thing is that you're not stupid. We're grown people. Like
Time
you
and
know what it is. When I
he's
said it, when I
trying to
said what
see
I
what I
said.
like and shit, and you
No,
should
but
have
when I
picked
even
that
when I
up.
said what I
Like,
generalized said, like when I said what I said, I basically was like, don't worry about my perverted, my perverted thing. I said, don't worry about my perverted thing, just leave it alone. But like that was a subliminal, like, yo, don't worry about my subliminals. That's my thing.
right,
And that's how I felt. Like it's a subliminal for me. A lot of people don't know the reason I have the fang thing because I think it's a subliminal. It works for me. Now everybody knows what it is, but that's my
yeah.
purpose of the tech. It's a
now we
subliminal.
all do.
Well, y'all all do, yeah, what it is, whatever. But that's my subliminal. Like I have the fangs for a subliminal thing. It's a subliminal thing for me. But even when I said that, I felt like that was enough. Like common sense. What do vampires do? Get what I'm saying?
He
So
just
I felt like that
he
was
just
enough.
want to know. He just
It
want to
was just
know
like a concept. Well, I don't know. And I'm like,
if
even
you're
when they
like
said it, I
easy
was
enough
like,
for
"Are you
him.
serious?" Like, even when they
That's
got
what
the
it is.
message, I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, and everything is like, "Yo, it's cute," because I'm like, "Oh, you playing with me," but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not looking like. Don't get it twisted. I'm not young. I definitely want the kids and the family and stuff like that. So I'm definitely overplaying these games too. It could be a fun thing to do at one time. But I don't want that right now. So if that's what it is, then it's just like to me, I'm good. Definitely don't want nothing to play with. Like, not now. I definitely want some kids. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And I also felt like he was lying about some other things, but we're not gonna get into that because the streets
Nah,
is talking.
keep that relationship just strictly professional. Fuck that.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that ain't the
Yeah,
one.
well, I
And I
feel
don't know
like
why am
that's
I
just gonna
attracting
be
so many
too.
married men? Can you tell me that?
You
Hmm?
attracted
Oh, he
married men.
married?
No, I don't know. No, I don't know what he. I thought he was, but he said he wasn't. But let's not get into that. Because I feel like that's what he's lying about. I thought he was, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I'm attracted. Like there's like 4 guys around me that are interested in me, but they're all married. Like they're not interested in me. But so it just says flirting doesn't always mean they're interested. It just means they want to smash. I agree with you, and that's why I was like, like
Same. I agree
I'm
too.
gonna be honest. Like mentally, I'm in a vulnerable state. You know what I mean? So I don't really where I would know better. I feel like now I don't know as better. Like, I'm a little more open to because I kind of want the attention. So I don't want to misconstrue.
Mhm.
That's why I was like, you know what? I want to know if I'm bugging. Because I felt that same way. I was reading the messages and I was like, you're just trying to smash. But then I don't also want to pass up a good guy thinking that he's just trying to smash and he's not. You know what I mean? Because I'm a flirt and I kind of say things. But conversation has been basic with us. So we'll just see, I guess, if it continues being basic. Like that was the only crazy shit we said. And then I
Yeah.
just dubbed that
Girl,
off.
if
Like
he
I don't
acting
have
all
to.
dumbfounded like that again, kick his ass to the curb just cause.
No, but not even that. Like I
Cause.
texted him, I messaged him and told him, like I'll talk to him later. I'm getting to do my podcast, and he was like, "Oh, record it." I'm like, "Record it. The shit is live." Like, so he just started asking me questions about that. So I was surprised, like surprised about it. I was like, okay, but I didn't share with him either because I was in my head. I wanted to ask this question, and I don't want him all in my business. I'll be sure I can't share.
I've been sharing our YouTube videos with new people I meet, like new guys that I meet.
I don't know if I want to share with new guys. What if I'm talking about this new guy?
It's
Like that
so
shit.
weird. It's so weird because I go straight for the jugglers. I be like, oh, I have I'm doing a podcast with my cousins. They be like, oh, word, you record it? It's on YouTube. I be like, yeah, and I send it.
I did send
That's
a link, but they
that's your
flagged it.
flirt technique. That's how you flirt. Oh,
Using
how you
us.
doing?
No,
I be doing
no. See,
podcasts.
but no, see, because that's the thing. I feel like when a man
She
starts to
get it.
ask, I feel like when a man starts to ask questions like, oh, where can I find it? I feel like a man who just wants to hit, they not interested in no shit like that. They not gonna be like,
They
oh,
could ask
where
that.
I don't
You
believe
be
that's true.
surprised. Listen,
okay,
I don't
let me
believe that's
see it.
true. I
Let me look
believe
it up.
No, but I
it
believe the
is.
ones
You
that
be
tell me to send them
surprised.
the link.
Not if somebody
Like,
wants to smash. Like, I am not
no.
that hard.
no.
I'm fucking with y'all.
It de- it depends, man. It depends.
Y'all all missed that? Did
See
y'all not miss
see
what she
me.
just said?
Uh, her
Word,
shit
bro.
froze for a little bit for me, but you know what?
I'm
I'll
fucking with
rewatch it and I'll catch you
y'all.
later.
She
Leave that one
said
alone.
he ain't gotta do all that. She not that hard. She easy to get. She a
Wow.
thotty.
Well,
She just had that.
that's how it
She a
is.
thotty. She
You
just,
I don't know why that
nasty.
tickled
Look,
me.
this her leg. Look,
I don't
this
know
is her
why that
legs, and she
tickled me.
spreading them. Woo! They say
You is nasty.
Nah, I'm feeling so bad, y'all, because I really am hard to get. Like, I really am. Like, I can't even believe I said that.
Oh, I can believe
Listen,
it.
you gotta
Thotty
you gotta
came out.
watch it. You gotta watch it
Nah,
for the
don't get it
special
twisted. I
guys.
talk
You
to a
heard?
lot of people. I talk to a lot
Cause
of people.
cause there's guys out there like me. I was like that when I was younger. I just want to fuck, but I like to keep them around. I don't just one time. I don't like to just hit one time and bounce. No, I want to hit. If it
Because
was
you're
fun, I'm
selfish.
gonna keep you around. You my Monday. You my Tuesday.
Selfish.
you my
That was
Wednesday.
the
I
best
I
way.
Selfish.
like that.
That was the
Listen,
best
and it
way,
is,
bro.
it is. I went through a contest with my friends to see who could get the most of the day. I won. All right, let me tell you something. I won. All right, but that was
Wait.
no,
The
no, no, no.
most
That's it.
what in a day?
Who
The
could get the most bodies in a day?
pussy in a day?
Yeah,
No, you
Whether
don't.
new or old, that was a contest. That was
Question.
fun.
And how
Question.
many
I
did you
won.
win by? Hold
The
on.
Question.
How many did you
Question.
win by?
Question. What is the
I
max numbers of bodies that y'all got in a
That's
day?
what I'm saying. Say it ain't so.
What's the
That's
max
what I'm
bodies
saying.
that y'all got in a day?
How many did you get in a day though?
who me?
That made you win.
Laura, how
What?
many bodies did you get in a day?
Hold on, cause we talk. Boo, how
Thank you,
many did
Joey.
you get
I
in that
appreciate
day?
that. You tried. Thank you. Thank you.
Listen,
Me?
I gotta know.
I know the
How
most bodies
No.
I've ever had
did
in a
you
day
get
is
in a
one.
day that you won?
Laura, you had
All,
one.
all,
Christina,
all
how many
jokes
bodies
aside,
have you? How many bodies have you
On
had in a
Joseph's
day?
side, yeah.
7.
7. Boo boo, you bust
I like to
7
have them lined up.
He beat me
in
by one.
one day.
Oh my
He beat me
One
god.
day.
by one.
Y'all is
Boo,
I
you beat me
started
by one.
Wow.
this
You
shit.
beat me by
It
Oh
one.
started.
my gosh.
It started at 9 o'clock in the morning, and
You beat me by one.
the competition was
Wow.
whether old or new. We didn't care whether it was a body that you caught already or somebody new. Just whoever kept the most. 2 of them were actually fairly new to me to that day. 5 of
That's
them
why he got
was
7.
5 of
That's
them
why he
was
got the
just like I
7.
had lined up. Yeah, but
Damn.
that shit started off at 10 o'clock. Christina, if you ever meet my friends, you'll understand why. Laura knows my friends, and I think Laura got a little hint on why that's a competition with us, because
Cause
she
they
met a
Wow.
couple of them, and that was just us, and yeah,
they
I had
spotty.
7,
I mean, look,
and
I ain't doing
I
the
won by 2.
judge, but damn.
You
I
won by
bet the
2?
next day
I,
Boo
So
Boo
who
He
was
had
won.
I
5?
won
dying
by
out
2.
hungry like I don't know
Who had
what.
5?
Don't
Who
do
had
it, boo.
5?
Don't
Mel,
say the name.
I
Oh,
know it. I know it. I can
Mel,
tell that from the thing.
Mel had
I
5.
know it. I know it. That's body number 1. That's community penis. That penis belongs to the community.
oh
Nah, you ain't gonna
God.
be doing that.
You know,
Damn.
you know
We ain't
7.
gonna be doing that.
That's
We ain't gonna
y'all
be
is
doing
crazy.
that.
spotty.
But
I mean, it's not
Joey, how
impossible.
was
many have you had in a day?
6.
I'm
In
one.
my
one
man
day?
Joey. Yeah,
6.
yeah, Joe.
And I did that multiple
Damn.
different times. I did that multiple times.
The
Having
mother
6 in a
said,
day.
"Come lay them children down."
My mother need to be a grandmother, and that's it. Like she, like we no negative energy here.
No, the
Oh
boo boo said
Blowing
boy,
in
me
the
up.
Kenny
car.
It's
got
like
bodies.
Boo boo said in the
Lord,
car. That's why he didn't go to
Lord, how
the
many have you had in a day? I
One. I've
had
never.
2. I have 2. I have had 2. But it wasn't back to back. Like your girl was able to go take a shower,
It's
Boo boo.
still
get
2
it was in a.
off
penises.
work.
Boo, Foot Soldier said
It was
stop
in a.
exaggerating.
I know. I'm sorry. I just got to make
Damn.
myself sound good.
Y'all nasty. How could you
I
do
Nah, I
had
that?
really
6 in
had
a
6
day.
in a day.
I just got to make myself sound good.
Let me
I
tell you
really
something.
had 6.
I thought I was, and I'm gonna tell you the God's truth. I thought I was nasty
7.
because I've only ever had sex with, like, in a relationship. I don't cheat. So one time in my life, I was like kind of on a break from my ex or my boyfriend at the time, whatever. I was young. And I slept with another guy, and it wasn't a 3-month period in between them. And I thought I was too much for me. Like I have on an average, I sleep with a different guy. It has to be at least 3 months in between. And I thought I was disgusting. I was disgusted with myself because it wasn't 3 months. I think it was like 3 weeks. And so
3
2
weeks is
people
good
in a
enough for
night?
my
Are
ass.
you
Hell.
crazy? That would have had to been a menage a trois for me to have 2. That shit would have never been no type of
Nah, 2 girls, 2 in one night. Girl, and
never.
I don't. Girl, and they
I
made me
just told
change
you I don't have
conditions.
sex
Shit.
with
It
new
was so
penis for
good.
3 months.
It was good.
Shit.
It was
Like
I
old
was
penis
switching
got
up
three
every
months to
3
keep coming
hours.
back. Huh?
I was switching up every 3 hours.
Nasty.
And this is why we treat the way
But let me tell
treat
you
men the
something
way
though.
we treat
But
them.
let me tell you something though. Not one of my female companions can sit there and tell you I treated them like shit. I never did. No, they may be
Listen,
one or two, but
bouncing from me to
those are the hood
somebody
rats from the middle of the
ain't got
projects,
shit.
and they was tough. So we was both tough together and all that. But can't none of them sit there and tell you if they tell you I was shit or I treated them like shit or whatever, or I just acted like I ain't care, like there was no type of emotional connection or nothing like that. They lying. They saying that for attention. Cause that's how I used to do. I used to sit there and if I hang out with one chick here now, I'm treated like she my girl. She knows she not my girl. We both understand what the situation is, but we just gonna pretend. That's it. This is
So
us
she
for
just
now.
bathed for the night. I like that song. I don't
That's
know if y'all
it.
like that song. Bathe
That's
for the
it.
night. I love that when you like
That's
that.
it. So that's why when and I was always upfront and forward with everything. I never sat there and actually talked to a girl and just act like I want to be, you know, boyfriend girlfriend with them. I spoke to them. I got their attention. Once I got their attention, I told them like, listen, this and that. Like couple, I got dubbed mad times. There's been 1,000 females that sat there and said, no, you nasty, fuck out of my face. I said, all right, there ain't nothing I could do about
Man,
it. And there was some that sat there and said, well, I'm talking to Jerome from the projects. I said, okay, I don't give a fuck. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm walking down the
Jerome,
block. I
baby.
see you with Jerome. I'm walking past you. I'll talk to you later. Nigga, that's it.
That's what I'm talking about. As long as it's fair. Like I feel like that. I feel like the problem with a lot of men nowadays is they want to still be thought and they just don't want the females to be thought. But we thought together.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
It's all in the
yeah.
communication. The communication is what matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am here. Come on, baby kids. Too bad.
Baby.
But shit, y'all, I think that
Yo, I
shit
haven't
the
seen that
fuck
show
out.
in a long time. Baby's Kids.
That was a movie, wasn't it?
What movie?
Baby
Baby's
King.
Kids.
I feel like the mama duck. I'm walking
Baby
and
Kids.
they walking behind me.
I gotta see that. What that look like?
But then once I seen a grown ass man with a 2x4, I'm like, nah.
Marcus, how many did you receive in a day?
What?
How many
How
girls
many?
did you sleep with in one day?
Boo Boo's
Niggas
like
got sleep with for one
Marcus
day?
like me
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Marcus like me
what do you
one.
mean? What's hers?
What's the most
I
girls you slept
know
with
the
in one day?
answer.
Yo,
I know
Marcus
the
is.
answer right
I'm
now.
not liberty to say. I'll get in trouble. I'll get in trouble for that.
You said I get in trouble for that. What?
I'll get in trouble for that. Huh?
Nah, Daniel.
This is a safe space. We won't tell nobody.
Hello.
Who you on the phone? Boo Boo
He just
froze
picked
and
up the
Joe.
phone like we ain't in the middle of a podcast.
Yeah, it's the second line. Everybody got two phones. I'm about to get me two phones too. Everybody dying with the second phone. I need to have a thought line.
Mm-hmm. But
Come on.
People's
Come on.
Lounge
Come
said,
on.
she said, Boo Boo. Okay, Foot Soldier said, Boo Boo. You know that's the only way you was gonna get some if you tell them a lie to stop stop it. And then the People's Lounge said, tell him dolls don't count.
Don't count. Oh, wow.
Like that, Boo Boo. Dolls don't count.
Listen, that was only one time, all right? That was only one time. And they said it vibrated on the inside. I wanted to see how that felt.
wow.
I ain't never used.
Listen, first of all,
Facts.
ain't nothing wrong with using toys in the bedroom. I'm just gonna say that.
It's nothing wrong with
And
using
Laura.
toys, period. Because I bought me a nice little piece. You hear me?
I ain't gonna tell you. I don't want to pull it out on y'all. It's at the side of the bed.
I don't
right
want to pull it out on y'all either. Because I
No, please don't.
Yo, Boo Boo, it's time for us to get off this live, Boo Boo. They pulling out toys and shit.
Oh,
Laura,
laughing
the
my
one
ass
that
off.
it's like a suction cup.
People's
You stick
Line
it
was
in the
talking to Marcus. People's Line was talking to Marcus. Boo Boo. Dolls don't count.
Oh, Marcus with dogs, yeah. He got a few of them.
Laura,
Nasty freak.
you know
What's
about
up, just that
you know about
OMG,
the
Boo Boo?
suction cup ones, the ones that stick on the wall.
I want one of those. As you know, I ain't getting none. So
I
that
got
look like the
one.
way to go. I
Girl,
want
you
one.
Why she
stick it
said,
in
"Oh
the
my god"?
shower.
Why she said, "Oh my god," boo? Because I said I heard it vibrate. What?
Can you go? I'm asking if you can go get someone. Someone asked if you could go.
No, tell her I can't. I gotta put these kids to sleep. Now if I can go get some water.
Where's the
Oh
one at?
man, she went.
Oh, the
She went to
hospital.
the
Yeah,
ER.
yeah, the hospital. Yeah. Is she?
All right.
Well, they releasing her. She good. So it's
Yeah.
time for us to start ending this live.
Nah, I could drive and talk. Unless
Oh,
y'all
okay.
done. I could drive and talk. That ain't
I
nothing to
mean,
me.
we are going on like 2 hours, going
In
on
30
3.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, now we finally got 3 people watching steadily. So do y'all
Who's the
really
three?
want to hang up?
Well, I can tell you who's. I want to know who the third person is. Why can't tell me who the third person is?
Oh, everybody sound off. Everybody
What?
say hey in the chat.
Yeah, who the 3
Everybody
people? I know
watching.
we got Foot
Hey,
Soldier,
Stan.
People's Zone. I think it's Latoya Anderson.
Yeah,
I think that's our
Latoya.
third
But
person.
Latoya,
You think so?
but Latoya is watching from the beginning. Remember?
I think
Oh,
that's
probably.
our third person.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, I see, because I see Foot
Oh,
Soldier in the People's Lounge. Unless it's a sugar daddy. If it's a sugar daddy, I'm available.
I hear you. Nastiness.
Listen, I'm tired of working. I work hard
Listen,
for
I'm
the
tired of
money.
working.
Yo, oh, it is Latoya. I was right.
It's Latoya. Latoya!
Ow. Christina trying to come back in. Let me let her in.
You got it?
Oh yeah, I got it. Cause you busy with the chitlins.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make him a bottle. I'm
My
gonna go pick
bad,
up
y'all.
some
I
water.
keep doing that shit. Every time I'm over here in the chat, I go to press exit, and this shit just knocks me out the entire website.
That's her future husband. He'd be calling. That's what it is. She just gets out.
I need
Answers
to
that
get
phone
me a
call.
sugar daddy. You know what I decided? Maybe I should have y'all hook me up with somebody. Everybody hook me up with a friend.
Nah.
Oh, you know, not Boo Boo's friends.
Nah.
I don't think I know a friend for you though,
Nah.
Laura.
No, you
I think the
fired
people I
too.
know, they a little,
Bro, you know all my friends.
Yeah, that's another.
Shit.
Yeah, I need some
you
new
know.
cousins.
How do you feel about
This is the
dating
wrong
apps?
group.
Listen, I know. Boo Boo friends is thotties.
How you feel about dating apps?
I met Rich on the dating app. I don't have a problem with it. I just want to interact with people. I feel like the dating app is kind of played out right now, especially since we already stuck with Corona in the crib. You know, like I don't want to be. I want to be able to see somebody and be like, "Hey, hi, you're human." Because I feel like there's a lot of catfishing going on. I ever told you what happened to me?
There is.
I was on like at one time in my life, I was on like 6 different dating apps, and I kept running into the same motherfucker.
Really?
Yes.
Different
All of
name?
them. Huh?
Under a different name?
No, it was the same
Oh,
guy.
he put on the PlayStation. What we playing?
Nah, I'm
It was
putting
the
on
same
Hulu for his
guy.
kids.
It was the same guy, Boo Boo, but it was the same name. But like he was broke and he was fronting like he had bread. So I was on POF, I was on Tag, I was on Sugar
Yeah.
Babies, I was on and 2 other sites. I can't remember.
Baby.
Yeah, there's a website called Sugar Babies. So on POF, I met him. That's how I first met him on POF, which is Plenty of Fish. And I met him on that, and like we talked. And he lived with his grandmother in an apartment in some old people home apartment. And he ain't had shit.
Yeah.
Right? And then like we talked, we hung out once, and then I realized like, nah, you're not my type. And I was already in my job. So you gotta see from my point of view, I already was young with a job with the city, so I kinda looked at shit differently. So the first time I met him. Then I ran into him on Tag. He was fun, like and the shit was he could be that stupid. He hit me up like he didn't know who the fuck I was. And he was like, yo, I'm a guy who know how to, because when I was on Tag, I was like, yo, I'm looking for a man that know how to take care of home. Like, you know how to take care of everything. He was like, I'm that man for you. But you a bum. How you taking care of home? I know you ain't got nothing. You know, like, you was showing me sneakers. Like, to show me that you have sneakers. Like, that impresses me. No. So I was like, no. Then I was on Sugar Babies because I was looking for a man again to take care of me outside of working. And you were being a sugar daddy, but how can you be a sugar daddy without no sugar? So I was like, and I asked him, I was like, how you a sugar daddy? He was like, I'm looking for a sugar mama. Then why you hit me up? I'm a sugar baby. I'm looking to be taken care of.
How he hit him with sugar baby talking about he was looking for a sugar mama? That's so stupid.
Yeah,
I'ma
but he
get on
was
that
under the
sugar
sugar
baby
daddy. He was under the sugar daddy category. So they like you're sugar daddies and then there's sugar babies. So you're sugar mama, sugar daddy, or sugar baby. I was a sugar baby. You under the sugar daddy, but you ain't got no sugar. So how you gonna be my sugar daddy?
Mhm.
And then I kept running like then I was on another app and I ran into him. And shit made me stop getting on apps. I was like, no, I gotta get off these apps. This man is following me.
I never tried dating apps. I one time made a Tinder, but I made a Tinder and one girl hit me up like it was something that we were both whatever, we both liked each other's page or whatever, and Shorty sat there and all of a sudden, yeah, 15 per second. I gotta go put gas in the car, but I'm about to go right now. All right. Um, we talking, and all of a sudden, she's from Aruba, and she ran away from home, and she just wants to come to America, and you know, if I could just pick her up from the airport, I said okay, and then she said, but she been robbed, she don't have the money to make it to America. I said, well, you better walk, and I had a couple of those on Tinder. I'm like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm out. Niggas trying to get me for money, like. So that was my only experience with like dating apps and shit like that. Like, I mean, I know people that sit there and say dating app works. I know this one kid that he sat there and he got mad bodies off of Tinder, and I'm like, what Tinder did you download? He's like Tinder. I'm like, nigga, apparently I got the wrong people.
Yeah. Well, y'all, if y'all want to, y'all can continue this out, but I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I got a gala to attend tonight, so
You
I
got
gotta
what?
go ahead and start
And
getting
a lot of
ready.
them they haven't
What she
gotten
say?
sick. Everybody
I have a
What is- what is-
pretty much
situation.
lives 99 point something.
You have a situation?
We need the holiday.
It's
No, it's
Thursday.
called
Y'all know Thursday
entanglement.
through Saturday, my days
My
off and
response
shit.
is that each
No,
and every
it's called an
family,
entanglement.
and I mean to
Oh,
say
entanglements. Okay.
It's called
Yeah,
what?
she got
She gotta go take care.
entanglements.
She gotta go
She
take
got
care of her
entangled.
entanglement. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
It ain't nothing like that. Not this time around. But I love
not this
y'all.
summer.
See you later, chat. Peace out.
All
Well,
right.
Toya says she met the love of her life on a dating app.
Well, you see, now everybody's lucky like you, Toya. Shit.
Well, tell me what dating that was, Toy, so I can jump on that motherfucker.
Christiansmingle.com.
Shit,
No,
I
but
curse too much.
she.
I curse too much for Christian Mingle.
Oh man,
Facebook and them
now I gotta
have
go.
dating apps now, right?
I know everybody on Facebook. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna make y'all laugh. Plus, because I know they're not watching. I tried to rekindle with an ex on Facebook.
Oh God, no. You know that's not a good look.
No, it wasn't. Not for me. And they ain't stopped being a
Ooh,
bum.
frozen.
I'm taking pictures. That's why.
No, you said you take. I said Boo Boo froze.
Yeah, I was connected to Wi-Fi and I walked out the house. I forgot to disconnect.
No, I'm over here. Sorry.
Oh
But
man.
yeah.
She said
Yo.
POF on Facebook.
Oh,
Mhm.
not Facebook. I can't do Facebook. Let me get off this.
But anywho, I have something I'm gonna discuss with y'all next week about dating apps and
Okay.
About
finding
dating
love.
apps.
Yes.
Just discussing now. We already here talking about it.
Nah,
Dating
this
apps.
is gonna be a crazy discussion.
Oh man. Oh man. Joey's always the one. He's gonna be the one. It's gonna be a crazy one.
Always.
But because I want all four of you here, but I want to ask y'all a question.
Okay, what?
The question I'm gonna ask somebody asked me this question. Do you think it's okay? No, where did it go wrong for a woman to know her place in the home, or why a woman not? I'm not trying to get it right. Why women are not submissive like they used to be
Oh,
in
hold
the
on, hold on.
homes
Why women are not submissive?
in the homes like they used to be anymore?
Because the men are not men anymore.
I don't want no parts in this.
No,
Who
but
said Laura and Joy?
men are not men anymore to me. Men used to be like the head of the household. They no longer have. They became bitches over time. I don't know what happened. Like they bitched out. Like I don't know what. I guess when their pants got tight, they thought they were females, so they're not running shit like they used to. You know, we got a guest waiting.
People just want us to both of us to call, but she says Laura call her. But she says Laura and Joy.
Wait, she said what?
No, I,
Christina wants to be
no,
added again.
I'll tell you what did it.
Oh, she
Hey,
does. What happened?
yeah.
What?
What happened?
So I ain't even peeped this, but y'all know they have a verse battle going on, right? Between Gucci Man and Jeezy.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna watch
it's
it
on
tomorrow.
now. It's on now. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't even know they was doing this shit today. But all right, I had to let y'all know. I ain't know if y'all knew that or not.
I didn't even know they was on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Let me
y'all.
I
Go
met a
look it
look
lot
up.
of
on her
people
for
think
real.
that
I got
Gucci gonna win.
He is gonna win. I mean, Jeezy, don't get me wrong. He got nice
Um,
songs and shit, but it's not
Gucci
Gucci.
don't. I don't know. For some reason, Gucci don't have songs like that to me that make me say, "Ooh, he gonna beat Jeezy." Like
See,
he don't have
yeah,
that
that's
for
the
me.
thing. Like Gucci, a lot of his music, like a lot of the
You okay,
music
Laura?
people know him from anyway, is
I know
like
Boo Boo
through his
removed me. Boo Boo
underground
removed
shit and like it's not his mainstream shit that really get
Boo
people
Boo
going.
removed me.
However, he still got heavy, like he still got mainstream
I need you
heavy
to
hitters.
remove me.
No, I didn't remove you.
I need you to.
Oh, you need me to?
Why?
Yeah.
You okay?
No, because when I remove me, it doesn't. I still
Oh, all
hear.
right, got you. Hold on. She gone. Goodbye. Gave it a kick. Bow.
Uh, yeah,
I
but I just ain't know if y'all knew
don't
that
know.
or not. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
but
I
I'm
was.
gone
I was
this time
just.
for.
All
Oh, go
right. I'll
ahead. What
talk
was
to
you
you
saying?
later. No, I was saying I was just gonna wait till tomorrow to watch it. I was waiting till the shit finished today, and then I watch it tomorrow. But
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna get into that.
yeah. I'm gonna get into it
Yeah,
tomorrow
go
then,
handle your
definitely.
entanglement.
All right.
It's
So
not an
we're about to
Go
close
handle
entanglement.
it
your
We
out.
just
entanglement.
finna link up and get to the stoop. That's it. We just finna go to the stoop, smoke us a little
I hear you.
blunty. You know, that
That's
sort
how
of
it's,
thing.
that's how it starts off, man.
Yeah, that's how it
For
starts.
one,
Yes.
these are friends. Like I'm linking with. Like this ain't no man. It ain't got nothing to do with a man or nothing like that. So calm down,
All
calm down. But all right, y'all. Peace.
right,
Since the last two, Boo Boo,
and it was
I
down to
gotta tell
two.
I gotta tell you this
Uh,
because you told me that James Harden want to go to the Nets, and the Nets are thinking about getting him, right?
yeah.
But
Hmm.
guess what? I read this guy.
What?
He wants either Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving.
Oh, Kyrie Irving. Yeah, of course. He not gonna give him James Harden for nothing less. But the Nets is. I think the Nets is gonna give up. If they're gonna give up anybody, is gonna be Kevin
Kyrie.
Durant.
Nah, they're gonna give him Kyrie.
Kevin Durant.
I think they'll give him Kyrie because he's already got turmoil with the locker room. I think they'll give him Kyrie. But
That's
see, the problem
and the
they want
turmoil with
Ky-
the locker room. They say that, but you know what? Everybody there's not one locker room that's perfect. Even them light skinned um Golden State Warriors. Them niggas had little turmoil and all that. That's just how it is. I think of it on a
But the thing
aspect
is,
on
James Harden
who's
don't want to come to New Jersey to Brooklyn unless he's playing with Durant. That's why he
unless he's
picked the
playing with
Nets.
Durant.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
The problem is that the owners, if you don't, he said in the statement I read on ESPN. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's not trading them, and he doesn't care if they don't like each other. They can sit on the bench, and he's still going to pay them, and he's still not going to trade them unless he gets what he wants. Like
Well,
Westbrook is not going to the Wizards because he wants John Wall and some.
because his two-star players was Harden and Westbrook. That was what he was based it on. What's up? So if he's gonna give up Harden and Westbrook, he need to get something to, fight the competition.
But the problem is, the teams are not gonna, because of their contracts, they're not going to take them.
Oh, your mother wanted you
They're
to
not.
drop.
No what?
Word.
Mother wanted you to drop the link, but she said we could have that conversation with Joey's question next week.
Yeah.
She said she want to join the panel.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh man.
Man, here we go.
But I'm with Christina. I'm finna go to bed because I got a whole job that I think
I ain't gotta go to work tomorrow, but I do have to get up and take the boys.
Yeah, because you playing hooky. Why
Yeah.
would you play hooky on a Thursday instead of the Friday?
Why?
That's-
Because tomorrow Tanisha picks them up.
Oh, she's taking him this weekend?
I still gotta work on the weekend. Doesn't matter.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go put gas in the car and then go pick up my lovely wife. So
Make
I'll
sure
talk
she's
to you
okay.
guys later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
how's she doing?
I will.
Yeah. How's she doing? She good?
I guess she's all right.
What's
Right
the
now,
doctor
she's.
for?
I don't know. I haven't really spoken to her because her phone. She leaves out the house and she gets there. Her phone is at 10%.
But she didn't charge it all day.
No,
And
so she had
didn't
to
bring the
save it
charger
for.
with her.
Nope. So she had to save it for when she was ready to leave, so she could be able to contact us. So,
All right.
all right.
Right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Deuces.
Love y'all.
Next week,
Everybody love y'all.
episode
We're going up to episode
2
6.
through 7.
2
2 through 7. We're through 2 through 7. All right, just for you. Okay.
7.
2 through
All right,
7.
2 through
later.
7.
Later.
Later.
All right.